Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State men's basketball team went into College Park and beat the Maryland Terrapins convincingly 82-62 last night. Next up for the Buckeyes is the team up north Sunday at 1 o'clock. And, of course, you can catch that game here on The Fan. The 9th-ranked women's team were also in action last night. They beat the 24th-ranked Washington Huskies 70-60 on the road. They'll also play again on Sunday when they travel to Oregon for a 3 o'clock tip versus the Ducks. Catch that game over on The Fan, too. And the 2026 NFL Honors were last night. Myles Garrett kicked off the event by winning Defensive Player of the Year, while former Buckeye Jackson Smith-Njigba won Offensive Player of the Year. Matthew Stafford capped off the event by winning his first MVP. This update was sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats has a great deal waiting for you at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, buy one quesadilla deal, get one free on the app. Terms apply.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Super Bowl Friday to you. Football Friday, Super Bowl Friday. I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning. Go to hell. Tyvis, how are you feeling today?
I am doing well, my friend.
You should be. You know why?
Why is that?
Because it's a big weekend for Tyvis Powell.
I wouldn't say all that.
It's a huge weekend. You're getting honored this weekend.
Yes.
What a beautiful thing.
Yes.
So
it's
you're
so well that I still have not written a speech.
So this weekend you are going into is it Bedford High School?
Yes, it is.
Bedford
Bearcats.
Bearcats. Okay.
There you go.
You're going into the Bearcat Hall of Fame. Yeah, the Big Bees. My favorite coffee joint, Big Bees. Love it.
Do you throw up the bees, Tyvis?
No, I don't.
Not allowed to do that?
No.
Okay.
No.
They don't allow bees in here. That's a Arrested Development quote that no one will get. Anyway.
I'm tripping on. Before you go on, you get yippee put on your coffee cup?
Oh, I didn't. I ordered coffee today, and they write stuff on there. They write
yippee.
Yeah, they write nice messages like, have a good day or yay, or in this case, yippee. Howdy. I get a howdy every now and then.
Because you're a regular.
Where is that? Is that from Sheetz?
Actually, no, this is from Starbucks.
Oh,
although I do like a Big B. There's not a Big B down around here that's open when I get in, so I stop at the Starbucks down the street, and they've come to know my order. I now pull in there, and they just go, "Oh yeah, hey, we got you." I don't even have to say it. I just acknowledge that I'm there, and then I pull around, and then I get my coffee.
What if you decide one day you want something different? Too bad?
I want to know the same thing.
I wouldn't say anything. I appreciate what these people are doing. They're doing a good job, and I'm just going to keep the order because I like it. I do like this coffee. But anyway, that's not the story, Tyvis. We got Super Bowl coming up. We got NFL honors last night, Buckeye basketball last night. But the story of the day to me is that you are getting honored with the Big Bees. You are getting honored up in Bedford tonight at their basketball game. They're going to announce their Hall of Fame, and you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. This weekend is your induction ceremony. So tonight you get honored at the basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow they have a whole ceremony, like a dinner, I'm guessing?
Yep, there's a dinner where everybody's going to show up with their family. You get a 5-minute limit on your speech.
5-minute limit.
You know they're going to go over 5 minutes.
That's what we have in our household. My wife is like, just a 5-minute limit, honey. I really can't do more than that. I can't. That's enough for everybody. So, yeah, 5-minute limit on the speech.
5-minute limit on the speech, and you can eat, and, yeah, that should be
great. How many other people are going in besides you?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's like 5 or 6 of us.
Okay, so that's now. Is this do they do this every year, or is this kind of like a?
Well, they stopped, but now they're bringing it back.
Oh,
so this is the first year that they're bringing it back.
Look at that,
yeah. And I'm the youngest one.
Yeah. So they've had a backlog of great people there.
Yes.
And in the first class back, they said, I don't care about these. We have to get Tyvis Powell in there.
I don't know why they did. I don't know why they felt that way.
You know why they did.
I don't know why they felt that way.
Except take the compliment, Tyvis. They're giving you a big compliment. They're putting you in their Hall of Fame.
They could have waited. I could have waited.
They said the guy that could, for one rep, Lock up Jeremiah Smith. We need him in our Hall of Fame.
I mean, well, that's factual.
Need him.
That's facts.
Absolutely. Of course. They knew that.
Big facts.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, the NFL honors were yesterday. They announced yesterday the first-time eligibles for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2027. Now, they also announced who's going in this year. Spoiler alert, no Belichick, no Robert Kraft. We knew about that. But here are the guys who are eligible next year. Some big names. Rob Gronkowski, eligible for the Hall of Fame in 2027. Ben Roethlisberger, eligible for the Hall of Fame 2027. Adrian Peterson, eligible. Cam Newton, eligible. Antonio Brown, eligible.
Man,
all right.
It's a lot of controversial.
Andrew Whitworth, Gerald McCoy, Eric Weddle, Le'Veon Bell, and on Malcolm Jenkins, former Buckeye, Joe Hayden, Dante Hightower, and some guy named Richard Tecumseh Sherman.
Oh, my God.
That might not be his middle name, but Richard Sherman is up for the Hall of Fame. Tyvis, are you excited for him? Your guy.
The greatest corner of all time.
Greatest corner of all time. That's what they're saying. Everyone says that.
He shouldn't get in.
Why shouldn't he get in? He's fantastic.
He was just okay.
No, he was just awesome.
He wasn't better than me.
But you didn't play corner.
I did.
Oh, yeah, you did play corner in the NFL.
I taught him what he knows.
I forgot. You played safety in college, and then they bumped you to corner when you got to the NFL.
He eligible.
He is, yes.
Oh, my
Look how old you guys are getting now.
This
That's right.
class is stacked. There's 6 for sure Hall of Famers.
Who are your 6 for sure Hall of Famers?
Gronk,
obviously.
Big Ben.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
When he's not beating his kid with a stick. Yeah,
Yes.
I agree with that.
Or
Sure.
getting beat up by just regular Joes in the bar.
There's that. I forgot about that, but yes.
Tyvis's boy, Richard Sherman.
Oh, my gosh.
Cam Newton. And Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown's probably not getting in because he likes to stroke his stuff in the pool.
I mean,
hotel pools.
if that's the case, then Big Ben should get in.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's
But I feel like the perception of Big Ben right now and Antonio Brown are totally different, even though Tyvis, maybe they shouldn't be. But I say this all the time. If it wasn't for Antonio Brown being a complete idiot, he was going to have every receiving record there was to have.
Yeah, but he was a complete. That's so tough.
So probably not him.
Stroked.
Sorry, what was that, Todd Munkin?
I like being stroked.
Thank you. You and AB. I don't agree that Cam is a no doubt Hall of Famer. I think obviously Cam. I'm a huge defender of Cam.
We all are.
I mean, he had an MVP caliber season.
He had an MVP season, period.
Well, that's right.
Take
He
the
did.
caliber
You're right.
word
You're
out.
right. He did. Fine. But then I think the body of his whole career is a little bit more of a difficult thing for me to say, yes, he had the breadth of a Hall of Fame career. But that's the fun debate. Anyway, you're right. There's a lot of debate on that, so that's good. But your guy, Richard Sherman, who will not come on this show because he hates you. But supposedly you're friends. I'm just saying, let's get him on the show sometime, talk about his Hall of Fame candidacy. And you can tell him to his face how much he sucks.
Well, Sherm said, he just said not this week because he was busy. I don't know what he was doing. I don't even know if he going to the game or not. He was talking about how he had all this event to do that.
He knew he was getting announced.
Blah, 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 all of that jazz.
He knew he was getting announced.
If he was coming on this show, I'd tell him, I don't know who voted for you, but you don't deserve it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that sounds good. I think you should tell him, and I hope we can get him on to do that. Here are the NFL awards from last night. The MVP was Matthew Stafford. Let him live. They made this very clear in case you weren't aware, because I was unclear on it before either, but they do vote on this at the end of the regular season. So it's purely based off of that. I saw Mina Kimes giving a very adamant defense of her. She voted for Drake May, and she gave, a lot of I don't even know the terms because she's so smart, and I can't retain the knowledge of what she talked about.
A lot of analytical stuff.
Yes, a lot of his analyticals, Drake May, you could argue was better than Matthew Stafford, but I think if you want to go that route, that's fine. I do think the Matthew Stafford thing was a bit of a career accomplishment thing, and he had a great year. The fact that he's doing it as a 36-year-old, maybe gives him a little bit of an extra intangible benefit on that over Drake May. But either way, if either of those guys won, I wouldn't have a problem with it, which, of course, Matthew Stafford did.
By the way, that was the closest MVP race in history.
Yeah, they said
it was 366 to 361 was the final.
I don't know how they weight this stuff, but they said that there was one first-place vote separating the two of them, and that could have swung the thing. I don't know how that would make sense because, again, I don't know how the point system works for this. But supposedly, if one person had changed their first-place vote given one more first-place vote to Drake May, he could have won the thing. And I saw that someone voted for their MVP Justin Herbert, who wasn't even a finalist. So if that person had just taken their vote and given it instead to Drake May, he could have won it.
I swear, some of these people that be voting,
That makes sense, right?
They really don't.
Like the people who voted for the Bedford Hall of Fame, right? That's just.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
What are those people doing?
I agree.
By the way, in my mind, this is technically the second closest because we've had co-MVPs before, but
okay, whatever. That's fair. Jackson Smith-Njigba gets Offensive Player of the Year. Awesome news for him, no doubt. Myles Garrett was the unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. I believe second one ever. J.J. Watt, I want to say, was the other one back in 2014. Tetroa McMillan got Offensive Rookie of the Year. Did he just get in trouble online?
Yeah, he dropped the N, the big N.
Is he not allowed?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember there being a question about that, but I also know that I'm not the one to answer that question.
So is Teteroa in the same boat as Puka?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's where we're at. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, another Brownie. Carson Schlesinger.
Him and Dylan Gabriel, your boy. They all in that.
I don't know who's where. All right. I'll just say I don't have any thoughts on who's where.
They're not eligible for CWB, but they can't say the N either.
That's a rough place to be.
It is a rough place to be.
That's a real bad spot, especially these days. Got an unmarked SUV shows up. They're on that list. That list, they keep that list handy. That's not good. So then your Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel. So another Buckeye gets that. And then Christian McCaffrey gets Comeback Player of the Year. And then your guy, Bobby Wagner, I saw got Walter Payton, Man of the Year.
B-Wags.
Yeah, let him live. Hall of Famers are Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig, who, if you haven't seen the video of that, Roger Craig got the knock on the door, the people in the gold jackets come to surprise, and he was like so happy. I've never seen someone so happy to get an award. Like, he was over the moon because he's waited like 35 years. Former Niners running back who just was waiting and hoping to get this.
He waited 35 years to get in?
Yeah, they finally let him in. So let him live.
See what I'm saying? They did what now? They finally did what?
Let him in.
That's the word. Let.
Allowed him.
Okay.
Tyvis.
This is the most prestigious thing in football, huh? Okay.
Tyvis is anti-Roger Craig.
That tells me in 30 years.
You said it, not me.
I didn't say anything.
They let him in.
I just read the list.
They just let him. They finally let him in after 35 years.
That just tells me in 30 years Tyvis has a shot.
That's what pretty much.
Yeah, that's right. All right, plenty of Super Bowl discussion coming up today. Also, some bad news for one of Tyvis's favorite guys. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Friday. Many of us on the roads could be expecting some snow on our early morning commute, especially if you live over on the north side right now. That is a possibility as you are stepping out the door. Right now, we're not seeing any problems, though. Throughout the metro this morning, our big map is still looking nice and green, but it is important on days like today to just make sure to drive slow, allow for extra time, and be extra cautious on bridges, overpasses, curves, and ramps. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're ready to improve your health. But if you're feeling low energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing results in the gym, keeping that resolution can be tough. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if those symptoms sound familiar, we can likely help. They often point to low testosterone, and treating low T is what we do. But this year, we're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring growth hormone peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Looking to launch a career in the skilled trades but don't know where to begin? Part-time service in the Ohio Army National Guard can help. You can kickstart your career by enlisting in one of our many trades-based jobs. Get paid to learn these skills and gain on-the-job training when you report to your unit 1 weekend a month or 2 weeks in the summer. To learn how the Guard can pay for your civilian trade certification, visit nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Black history is American history, and this Black History Month, the Ohio Education Association believes every student deserves the right to learn the full story of the nation we share. I'm OEA President Jeff Wensing. In 33 years as a teacher, I've seen how honest, inclusive education helps students become critical thinkers and engaged citizens. This Black History Month, stand with the Ohio Education Association as we stand up for our students' freedom to learn.
Do you have an oak tree in your yard? The Ohio Chapter International Society of Arboriculture is committed to advancing responsible tree care practices while preventing a fungal disease called oak wilt. They remind those who own and manage oak trees the best time to prune is November to early March. To find out more, there are over 1,000 qualified tree experts in Ohio. To find an ISA-certified arborist in your area, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures starting off in the teens, and we have a winter weather advisory that's in effect from this morning into the evening. It is going to be for accumulating snow. Could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches possible through the evening. We are going to see those winds pick up this afternoon, and we'll see those breezy conditions continue even into tonight, which means our wind chill overnight will drop below zero, and a cold weather advisory is in place as we go into Saturday morning. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Have you already started your tailgate? Us too. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Happy Super Bowl Friday to you. You can get us your official, unofficial Super Bowl picks. You can do that in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You could also hit us up at Bone and Tyvis 971. I promise you, coming up in about 12, 15 minutes, I have a story that may be one of the greatest stories of all time. I mean, it's only been, what have we been on the air together, Tyvis? Like
Since
9 months?
May. What
Yes, is that 9 months? I don't know.
Yes. No.
Math isn't what I signed up for this job. But the point is, like, in the time we've been on this show, we've had a lot of fun stories, goofy stories. I may have something for you at 6:30 that may top them all. So I'm just telling you that. So stick around for that. But your guy, Tyvis, what has been the phrase that you have said on these airwaves?
Free Clase till it's backwards.
Well, it's going to
take Ortiz, free Clase.
Emmanuel Clase, Guardians pitcher, who has, of course, been accused of a lot of gambling improprieties and all such sundry bad things. Apparently been accused of, remember we were looking at some of the pitches? Because the betting thing that he's accused of is specifically telling bettors, on this pitch, you better go bet that I'm going to throw a ball on the first pitch of this inning. And then some of these pitches would be 5 feet in front of the plate, bouncing into the, not even the dirt, in the grass.
Well, some of these umps are so bad that they call it a strike. So he
wanted to make sure.
Left no change.
Yes, sure. Allegedly. Allegedly. Well, now the feds are saying, because they've unlocked a little bit more of this investigation for people to see, they're alleging that he did this in 48 games, which is more than was previously reported. So,
you know, so when I saw this, you know what I thought to myself? Ortiz a snitch. Why is it that ain't nothing? It's been so quiet on Ortiz. But everything coming out of our closet, because he told. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. This man told on him.
That means what is Clase's defense of this going to be? That 48 different times he was texting people about chicken fights? Remember that? When there would be like language in the text messages and the emails or whatever they had seen, whatever evidence they had, his lawyer's defense was like, yeah, he was talking about selling like, chickens for, and again, this is the term, I'm just using the term that it's called, for cockfighting. That's what he was saying. These are chickens for that. He's just buying and selling these chickens. That's what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about at all throwing pitches during a game and acknowledging that. So now we have to acknowledge, apparently he did that 48 times.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Chicken selling, I guess.
What if he beats these allegations?
Well, if he does, then free Class A. Like, then that's how this works, is like there's some pretty significant evidence against you. Major League Baseball is not the federal government. Major League Baseball does not owe you the right to due process, right? You are not innocent until proven guilty in Major League Baseball. If they're even close to a suspicion that you might be throwing games, or even one pitch being compromised by gambling, they have no reason to have you out on the field. And while that does suck if all those allegations are not true, I don't blame Major League Baseball for indefinitely keeping him off the field until this all gets sorted out. But that is going to, you're right, that's going to be a chunk of time. If it doesn't look like this is going to go his way, but if it does, and these allegations are false or misunderstood, whatever, then he's losing, a significant chunk of his prime. But I don't think that's going to be the case personally.
I just want to know what's going on with Luis Ortiz.
Oh,
why is it?
He might be singing.
It ain't no mic.
What's your phrase? Your phrase was the one that comes up.
Why do 10 when you could tell on a friend?
It's exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you, this man, they ain't said nothing about Ortiz. He went down first.
Of course he did. That's all. Listen, in the world of the seedy underbelly of criminal activity, isn't this the thing you kind of expect? Is that you're going to be, if you're doing illegal deeds and other people are a part of that as well, there's no honor among thieves. There's no guarantees that everybody's going to just stay the same on that. You
shouldn't be a thief, then.
No, you shouldn't. But, hey, man, there's a song I like by a band called the Alkaline Trio called She Lied to the FBI. Now my baby's doing time because she lied to the FBI, where it's like this woman covers for the guy on the crime they did. Not everybody rolls like that. Not everybody's going to be with you till the end. So that's not how that happens.
So does this mean Class A won't be going to the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I think that might be. I think that might be fair.
That man had a Hall of Fame. He was on his way to having a Hall of Fame career.
He is accused of 2 years worth of doing this. They said these games are spread out over 2 years. So pattern, not a one-off thing, not a thing that you could easily say, oh yeah, I just had a couple of weeks there where I was in dire straits or something, and I was out of my mind. I was insane. Like, you did this for 2 years. This is going to be very hard to defend.
I can't believe this man is telling on him like this.
I mean, it does say here.
You found something on Ortiz?
Federal prosecutors, but let me read this again. Federal prosecutors listed 9 games in which Clase allegedly threw rigged pitches in the indictment unsealed in November. But teammate and alleged co-conspirator Luis Ortiz's attorney wrote in a filing that the government is accusing Clase of manipulating his performance in dozens of games. So this particular tidbit that we know is actually from Ortiz's lawyers. Like, not that they were leaking it. They just wrote this in a document back to the court saying, as you know, he's been accused of blah, 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 blah. And now that document has become unsealed, and that's how we know about this. So clearly the feds are trying to make sure that the narrative gets out there about this guy in Clase, that, like, it wasn't just a few times. It was a lot. Apparently, ESPN reached out to attorneys for both Clase and Ortiz, and neither of which, they just referred them, ESPN, to the initial statement that was released saying these guys are cooperating with federal prosecutors and declined further comments. So, yeah. So they are also his Ortiz's attorneys, for what it's worth. And this is where we get into the real fun legal jargon and the great. This is what people tune into the radio for, is to hear all the legal fun. But apparently his lawyer, Ortiz's lawyer, is asking them to separate the case from Clase's. He's saying, don't prosecute them both the same. Can we get these separated? And I would assume once they're separated, I don't know, I'm not an attorney, but maybe that makes it a little easier to get the deal you want.
Once they go to court, once they go to trial, you know what's going to happen? Emmanuel Clase going to come in there, and Luis Ortiz going to be on the stand. He got that man right there.
He say, do you
see the guy who threw he going to point right there.
He's going to be Mike Breen at the end. Bang! Bang! Just pointing. Like, that's the guy.
It's not funny, but it is, because that's exactly what's going to happen.
Ortiz's attorney, Christos Georgalis, asked in the filing for his case to be severed from Clase's, arguing that Ortiz and Clase have, quote, markedly different levels of culpability, and then cited the fact that it's like, my guy Ortiz was probably just trying to sell chickens. This dude bet on like 48 games. And so it does sound like a role. It sounds like a role.
He going to get immunity for telling. If you cooperate with us, we'll free you of all your charges.
Federal prosecutors accused Ortiz of rigging pitches in 2 games in June of last year.
Just 2?
Just 2. Now they're alleging that Clase conspired with bettors over from 2023 to 2025. Yeah, man, they are trying to put Clase under the jail in this thing. And Ortiz is like, I've
been saying it from the jail.
You did. You read that. It's clear as day. As clear as day, you read that. So, yeah. Okay, well. We're going to find out.
Clase, he's saying to himself, I would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for you riding kids and that stupid dog.
Yeah, they unmasked him, all right. They were like, who is it who's helping all these bettors, allegedly? And then the Scooby-Doo crew pulls the mask off, and it's Emmanuel Clase just sitting there going, what? Not me. Yeah, so he's been on non-disciplinary leave by Major League Baseball over the gambling inquiry. Non-disciplinary, fun term for what this is, because it's definitely disciplinary. Why are we saying that? All right, story of the day involves the Olympics, ski jumpers, and inflated penises. Yes, we will tell you about that in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
No major crashes or slowdowns to report as of right now for your Friday, but do note that police are investigating a shooting over by the Hilltop. It happened over on Hague Avenue near Fremont Street, so do expect some road closures if you're heading towards that area on your Friday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you a question. Has the insulation in your windows failed? How would you know? Well, one way to tell is if you're running the heat this winter way more often than you normally do. That could be a sign that insulation has failed and you need new windows. Talk to the pros at Window Nation to find out what they can do to help. In fact, they've got a great deal going now. You can get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. And as an added benefit, you get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient, you actually save money on your utility bills. And they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you won't have to live with broken windows again. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale and get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. You already know. Go to windownation.com now for a free consultation. That's windownation.com.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. If it's 4:30 in the morning and you see a ginger version of Dom DeLuise speeding down 33, don't panic. It's just T-Bone.
We are driving. We are driving.
We like driving. We like driving.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
We are eating.
We are eating.
Okay. This story, I'm going to try to be as delicate as I can with this as we bring this story to your attention. The headline this is from the New York Times and The Athletic. Are ski jumpers enhancing their penises to fly further? WADA is ready to investigate. So WADA is the World Anti-Doping Agency. Obviously, the Olympics are here, right? The opening ceremony is today. I believe at 2 p.m. Eastern is when that will begin to air.
Right?
Yeah, I believe. And so is Andrea Bocelli, who is, legendary singer, opera singer, who's going to then, I believe, be here in town. I think I heard that on Common Man and Tim. I think he's going to be here this weekend performing a concert. It's going to go from the Olympics to the Shot. Two iconic venues. Two iconic venues for that guy. Great. Good to see. Anyway, so the opening ceremonies are here. Winter Olympics are here. Ski jumping. I never pay attention to it until literally this time of year, every couple of years. And then that's it. So apparently what is going on is ski jumpers they get fitted for their suits. If you've watched ski jumping, right, Tyvis? You're aware of this sport?
Yes.
Okay.
Wasn't it a guy who like he did it for his country and he was like he became a hero, but like when he did the event, like he didn't jump far at all. But he wanted.
Oh, what was his name? I think I remember this, where it was a guy from a country who had never.
Yeah.
They'd never done ski jumping, or maybe they didn't do a lot of Winter Olympics, and he did get out there and try, and it was not good. But the fact that he even got out there was like a big accomplishment.
I can't think of his name.
I think you're right, and I memory hold that story as well. But yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar. We'll put it that way. That's a new segment we should do. Vaguely familiar with T-Bone and Tyvis, where we just say, "Doesn't it happen? Wasn't there a guy did a thing?" We'll just do that. Anyway, so this ski jumping thing, as you've seen, they float, right? They go off the lift. There's a big hill, but then their goal is to glide through the air, and they put their arms out, and they're trying to be as flat as possible to get wind resistance, right? The suits are made to flatten out a bit, and you try to hold that pose as long as you can, even when you're inches off the ground, just to get a few more extra feet or meters or whatever. So every little bit of aerodynamic drag helps. It's like a parachute. The bigger the parachute, the slower you're going to fall, the further in ski jumping you're going to go. Well, apparently they have figured out that if you inject yourself with a substance that I'm not familiar with, I want to be very clear about that. I've never heard of this substance ever, definitely never used it. Hyaluronic acid.
Ain't that something you put on your face at night?
Okay. Well, apparently you can also inject it into your junk. And so what apparently is happening with the ski jumpers is they're getting injections, which are causing their anatomy to enlarge, and then they go get measured for their suits. And when they get measured for the suits, they're like, hey, look at what I'm working with down here. I need a little extra fabric down there. Come on. They'll skip on the fabric. And so then when it comes time for competition, that's out of their system. Everything's returned to normal. And now they have a little bit more material in that area. I saw somebody break this down from a scientific standpoint. They said it could add 3 to 5% drag differential in that area could result in a 3 to 5 meter difference in the landing spot for them.
I'm stuck on the fact that so this is the BBL for men. I don't know. Is that what's going on?
I'm not all familiar with what BBL stands for, but I'm going to say
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, okay. Then this is I don't know I don't know if Brazil's involved, but some country, you're right, is involved in this. Apparently, this was initially reported by the German newspaper Bild, I believe is how you say that. So, maybe it's the German ski jumpers that are doing this? I don't know.
I'm not dedicated that much. I'm not going to lie to you.
So what I'm understanding that you're saying is that this is not for the actual competition itself. This is for the measuring.
It's for the fitting
process.
Yes, it's to get a bigger suit So then what I think they should do is, I mean, if that's your issue, then why don't you just have, like, do identity theft? Just call me like Fabrizio Montanelli or something and like, hey, I'm a ski jumper, and I show up and get fitted in your suit, and then I like leave, and then you get my suit that fits me, big 350-pound guy, then a little skinny ski jumper hops in that thing, and that guy's like setting world records. He's landed in another country. Like, that's just bringing a fat guy to wear your suit, and that why just stop at the penis engorgement? Why not just, get a shot in that? That's it's a little bit. Get a big suit, like get me to try your suit on, and then wear that for the event. Wouldn't that be way more efficient?
I'm stuck on the 350 part.
Well, that's probably not accurate. That's probably a little inflated from that. It's probably
so is it like in the rules and regulations that they need to have skin tight suits?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Then it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense at all because how about let's just work a little bit harder at our craft.
Yeah, but they've done everything.
Anything into my manhood.
Well, apparently,
it's for a gold medal, Tyvis.
No, I take silver. Cool. Wow. I take silver. I'm perfectly.
What about 8th? Would you take 8th place?
No, not doing that. Not doing that. No, we got to at least place.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're not willing to go all the way for the gold, Tyvis. Apparently, you don't love America enough.
I'm not Mike Vrabel. Sorry.
Well, that's what Vrabel said. He would chop it off to win it. That's exactly right. So
loser mentality.
Yeah, it is loser mentality. That's right, Charlie Coyle. So, yeah, I feel like this is something that we've got to be aware of. This is something that when you're watching ski jumping.
What team doing this?
Though they said it's like a thing that's it's been enough of the thing that now the World Anti-Doping Agency is saying we're going to have to, I guess, check on this. But we didn't, because they're saying.
How do you check it?
Well, they're. All right, everybody step in for your initial measurement, and then we're going to, they've already measured the suits. So these people already are wearing the suits. I guess they're going to have to check the crotch, right? They're going to have to look and see, they're going to go
down there.
Is there a lot of extra fat?
Pull on it.
They have to do a little nut tap, right? Where just like, are you right there?
They're going to tug the fabric to see if it's loose.
Yeah, so
I stare myself in the mirror for a good 10 minutes today looking at it.
That's right. That's right, Tyvis. So, yeah, apparently this has become such a thing. There's even a song associated with this practice. So enjoy.
Isn't easy, your suit has to be loose and breezy. The bigger they are, the farther you fall. Going for the gold takes a lot of balls, but if you're not well endowed, your coach can do something that isn't allowed. Inject my ding dong with acid. Don't ever wanna be flaccid. Inject my ding dong with acid. This thing's gonna be massive. Tonight. Top of the hill, ready to drop. My suit is loose, except in one spot. This mushroom cap is really swollen. It's Frankenstein's monster, and it's growing. Yeah, sure, I wanted to win, but now I regret telling Coach about my vision. Inject my ding dong with acid. Don't ever wanna be flaccid. Inject my ding dong with acid. This thing's gonna be massive. I wanna fly, I wanna win, I want an eggplant hanging down to my shins. So inject my ding dong with acid tonight. The motion of my ocean has everyone staring. Sizes in everything. Oh no, my suit is tearing. Inject my ding dong with acid. Don't ever wanna be flaccid. Inject my ding dong with acid. This thing's gonna be massive. I wanna fly, I wanna win, I want an eggplant hanging down to my shins.
The SEC is apparently telling some of its member schools to shove it. We'll give you details on that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Snow is officially coming down, at least for our drivers on the north side of Columbus. Just west of Sunbury, we are seeing some action going on our traffic cam. 71 in both directions at 36 and 37 as you are passing Alum Creek this morning. So keep that in mind, folks. Just go slow. As for your drive times, they're looking okay, but you will be going slow, especially 71 southbound. Got you there at 66 miles per hour. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
Got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
At ADP, we know you want your landscape business to succeed, but we don't know anything about landscaping. ADP only knows how to handle the business of your small business. So if ADP focuses on the payroll and the HR, while you focus on the land and the scaping, success should follow. Just don't expect us to know all about Kentucky bluegrass, zero-turn cutting, or what to do with a woodchuck. That's for you to figure out. Let ADP help your small business focus on the part of the business you're good at. ADP for small business.
The biggest football party of the year is at Hollywood Casino Columbus on Sunday, February 8th at the Sportsbook. I'm Scotty Vegas, and the party gets started at 5 with a special prop show with tons of betting advice and prizes. Enter win a helmet signed by a 7-time champion. It's the party everyone's talking about. Space is limited. The Sportsbook has massive screens, so reserve your spot at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
With aging parents, you want to keep an eye on their finances without coming off like you're taking over their lives. With Huntington Bank, you can help protect your loved one's account right from your own. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Being diagnosed with leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, or one of over 100 other types of blood cancer makes people want more time to do the things they love. That means more time to be artists, prom dates, world travelers, and moms. We are Blood Cancer United, the world's leading organization focused solely on blood cancer research, support, and advocacy. We do the most for more people with blood cancer, so people with blood cancer can do more of whatever they want. Blood Cancer United. Join us at bloodcancerunited.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Enjoying seeing all the NFL honors last night where apparently a few people mispronounced some names. Like I believe Mike Verbal is who won the Coach of the Year.
Oh, hell yeah.
You see that? I think that was Tiffany Haddish who messed that one up. And it's like, I get it. You don't follow sports. But I don't know why on these cards, maybe it's not written out this way, but like in radio, when we have a name or something, if there's a product that you're talking about or there's a certain person's name in a broadcast, even on like a football broadcast, they have in the media guides pronunciations for
phonetic
any player.
spellings.
They have it for every sport.
Yeah.
Hockey, basketball, etc. I'm surprised that for something as major as like the NFL honors, the NFL awards, they wouldn't just say Vrabel and then have it be like Vraybell. You know what I mean? Like Vraybell. Like just something simple enough that anybody could see that and instantly know it and not transpose a couple letters. But
should I have wrote Tetaroa McMillan phonetically for you earlier?
Absolutely, you should have, because I didn't say that right, and I know that I don't say it right, and I try to say it right every time, and I still screw it up. So yes, I agree. But also, I wasn't on the stage at the NFL honors where that was one of my jobs. My job was just to read what was here, and I failed at that miserably, but everybody's used to that.
How many people do you think knew who Tetaroa McMillan was, like, even 3 months ago?
Oh, yeah, I'm guessing the majority of non-fantasy football players would not have known his name. No, he had a phenomenal season. So,
because I thought in October, November, no way Emeka's not winning this award.
Oh, yeah, right?
Tetaroa said. I just like saying Tetaroa.
I know you do. So that's good.
That's why I keep talking about him.
Good for him.
I digress.
Tyvis, what? Oh, you have I was like, I thought you had I looked over and Tyvis had his hair pick in, and it looked like you had a microphone sticking off of your headphones. I thought you got a different headset.
Yeah.
For a second, you threw me.
That's only when we go on the road. When we take our talents to South Beach.
Well, when are we going to do that? I'm looking. We got to do a live show at some point.
We got to get to top 5.
I know we're only at 8th right now.
Yeah.
So SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey, his woebegone SEC. They can't win championships anymore. They're bad. SEC. Yes. He has asked in an odd case. Remember the situation with Charles Bediako? This is the player who had been in the league, been on a G League team, and then wanted to come back and play for Alabama basketball.
Yes.
And Nate Oates, who is the coach, was like, hey, man, the guy just wants to come to school here. What am I supposed to do? Hey, I mean, he wants to come back for his education. What am I supposed to do? And of course, everyone said, you can let him come back for his education. He can't play because he was a pro.
Yes.
They got a judge who, by the way.
A temporary restraining order.
Uh-huh. And the judge was from, I believe, Birmingham.
Yes.
But was also an Alabama booster. And then had to recuse himself from the case after he gave that temporary restraining order saying, yeah, we'll let this guy play, even though NCAA rules clearly seem to prohibit this, right?
And he played in the game, right?
He's played in multiple games, yeah. Played in that Tennessee game, I know that they lost.
Is he good? I mean, because Tennessee said they don't care. They still going to beat him no matter what.
Well, here's the thing. He's 7 feet tall. He's a grown man. He should be decent at college basketball. But you know what? Even if he was 5'1" and weighed 300 pounds and sucked, it's the principle of the matter. Like the guy played G League basketball. He went pro. Now he's trying to come back to college. So Greg Sankey clearly must understand that this is bigger implications for not just basketball, but all the other sports if this gets allowed. So he said the following. He actually submitted this to a court that is still trying to weigh this whole situation with the NCAA.
This is absurd.
He said, I respectfully ask the court to uphold the NCAA eligibility rules challenged in this case, which are essential to the integrity of college sports, to the educational mission they serve, and to the opportunities they provide for current and future student athletes. Translation, rule against Alabama and rule in favor of the NCAA on this one. Don't let this dude play.
But what I don't understand is he's played in 4 games. They're 2-2 with him. So if he gets ruled out, like, do they go back and forfeit them 2 games?
I think they should look, this is how I would fix it if I were in charge of things. And again, this is going to be something that's fairly common sense, so they won't do this. But I think the NCAA, they host the tournament, do they not? They are in full control of that tournament, who gets in and who doesn't. Mm-hmm. You can literally look at a team, and we do it every year, where there's a team or two where they say, can you believe they let this team in over that team? Because that team sucks. And they got in, and this other team who was great didn't get in. That's BS. Well, why can't they look at a school like Alabama and say, I don't care what your resume is, I don't care what your record is, you're not getting into the tournament. We're not putting you in because you played an ineligible player. And while we aren't allowed to technically leave him off the roster, while we aren't technically allowed to force you to not play him, and maybe we can't even penalize you, we cannot decide to put you in the tournament because that's our purview. What are we going to do? Have courts decide who gets to go to the NCAA tournament now? Like at some point, they're
going to make a committee do it.
Well, as weak and feckless as the NCAA is at this point, because of court rulings and everything else, and their own stupidity, let's be very clear on that. NCAA screwed this up. How is it not in their best interest to say who gets into their tournament? You're telling me now that, like, our team's going to, if they did that to Alabama and said you can't get in, would Alabama sue the NCAA and say we should be in the tournament and now we're going to have to go to court over this? Like, no way. So if you want to penalize these basketball programs, penalize them the ultimate way. Say, great, you can go undefeated with all your NBA guys you bring back and all that stuff. You're not in the tourney if you do this. Period.
That would end it.
It would be over in a second.
I think that would just cause another lawsuit, and the NCAA's record in court is not great.
Well, but I just said, like, explain to me, okay, maybe that's true. Maybe it would go to court. You're telling me a court would then say, sorry. Now, what would stop a school then from saying, hey, man, we had 21 wins and we got left out? Like what? Miami.
That's true.
Miami Redhawks, right, are undefeated as of right now. I believe still. I don't know. Yes, I didn't check the results.
They're 23-0, aren't they?
There are people saying that if they don't win the MAC tourney, they're still going to get left out because their schedule is so weak and they don't play anybody. They've won 23 games. I don't care if they play high school team. Like, let them in and let's find out. That's the beauty of the tournament. Sometimes you get these Cinderella stories that no one expects. If Miami gets left out, should they go to just like I'm saying, if they were to leave out schools that played pro guys and they're allowed to go to court, well, then what would stop a school who just got left out for opinion reasons? Like the NCAA just thought you weren't that good. Well, couldn't they go to sue them as well? Like,
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I guess it would just be like precedent of teams in their same situation getting in the tourney year after year after year.
Yeah, but the NCAA could say they didn't meet our criteria. Same as you didn't have the net rating, you didn't have this. You played a guy who's literally got a golden Buckeye card because he's 55 or over. Like there should be some rules on what constitutes college basketball. Like, I'm just saying, if LeBron's on your team and suddenly the NCAA is like, well, I guess we got to let him in. Like, they can have a rule that says we don't let you into our tournament. You can still play. You can still go to college basketball. We're not limiting your earnings ability with NIL, but we can prevent you from playing in our tournament. Why not just do that?
The funniest people is who was it Florida's coach that said they can let them play, they still not going to win?
I think that's right.
They beat the heck out of them.
Well, did you see?
Florida beat them by 23 points.
Florida's good. Yeah. Did you see? Was it
what's it, Golden? Is that the coach's name?
Yeah, they're the defending champs, right?
I respect
it. Did I see right? Was it Florida's football coach? Is that John Summerall?
Yeah,
not Pat. John. Right. Wasn't he the one who said, yeah, well, based on all the current college football, that we got feelers out to Tim Tebow to see if he can get some eligibility. Right?
They want him to do goal line and short yardage. I think he should be eligible.
I mean, this is the absurdity of what's going on. When you literally have, these commissioners go to bat for the dumbest ideas for the conferences, right? They go to bat for some of the stupidest programs in their conferences. So to have Greg Sankey not only not going to bat for his team, just remaining silent, actively saying that one of the premier programs in the SEC should be ruled against in a court case, like, that is all kinds of messy, but he is 100% right to do it. That's how out of whack this system is. When you've got Greg Sankey saying Alabama's wrong, please stop them, courts. They're in your conference. You could stop them, but apparently he's saying I don't have the power to. I got to go to the court.
The NIL and transfer portal has put things in shambles. Boy, it used to be I would just, get a kid, develop him, and then go on from try to build it that way. We got people looking for every loophole, every cheat.
Yes.
They try to be slick in every way they can to try to win the championship. And it's so funny because if you do it that way, it gets an asterisk. Like,
yes,
it's like
it should.
You just played a guy who's ineligible. Y'all won it all, but yet you got a dude who's a pro. Like, what I'm supposed to be happy about this?
No.
So Alabama is 2-2 in games played with this kid.
Yeah.
Kid in quotation marks.
Right.
And he's averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds. If that continues to be the results, should we even care?
No. It's the principle. That's what I'm saying. It's like, then if this is allowed, then teams will get bolder with you. Well, then why can't I bring in this guy who is an actual NBA pro who just, the last couple of years haven't gone so well for him, but Malachi Branham, come back to Ohio State. What would stop that? I think it's a slippery slope argument, but that's the issue that you're facing.
I just don't think this is going to be a big deal until some guy comes in and starts averaging 30, no problem.
Well, but it's not a big deal till it is. Like, no one thought, and again,
this one of the things you got to nip it in the bud now.
Yeah, exactly right.
Because they're going to really toe the line. Just nip it in the bud.
On a shirt. Nip it in the bud. That's one of my favorite things you say. Nip it in the bud. What are our official Super Bowl predictions? We'll tell you next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, folks, we are noticing our first traffic alert of the morning, and it's happening downtown. There is a disabled vehicle we are watching closely. It's that 71 southbound ramp that's really impacted as you are heading towards 70 eastbound towards that side. Expect some lane closures this morning and some brief slowdowns. 34 miles per hour as you're heading towards that area, but once you're passing it, nice and green on this time saver traffic map. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Matty Ice here with the Columbus Men's Clinic. Guys, you've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you're noticing issues with low T or ED, then your relationships, your confidence, and even your career has already been affected. So, guys, no more excuses. Columbus Men's Clinic has a medical provider focused solely on ED and low T the right way. Since 2014, they've been helping men get safe, effective treatment for over a decade. So call them at 614-300-7400 right now or book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. Did you know there's treatments that can help you maintain what you've got? Yeah, that's right, fellas. Just like going to the gym to maintain muscle, there are ways to keep ED and low T at bay without a pill. So it's time to show up for yourself, for your family, and a lot more by going to the Columbus Men's Clinic. Call them at 614-300-7400 or book them online at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic for every man in every season of life.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hi, this is Max with Buckeye Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Love is in the air this month. I wanted to drop into your radio and say thank you. It's easy for our team to love what we do when we have the opportunity to serve the best communities a company could ask to be a part of. Thank you. And when you need us,
call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Are you tired of running out of space? Check out Menard's Self-Storage Facility. Menard Self-Storage offers the most convenient and secure self-storage in the area. Options include features like 24/7 access, video surveillance, and on-site management. Menard's has warehouse units at the best prices in the area, and your first month is free. They're going quickly, so reserve yours now at menardselfstorage.com. Unit and offer details may vary by facility.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Jay Plyburn, anchor at 10 TV News This Morning. Not long ago, my wife Whitney and I packed up a camper van, hit the road, and spent months exploring national parks and small-town farmers markets, having the adventure of a lifetime. Now my goal is to help you start your day feeling informed and ready for what's ahead. From the impact of state and local decisions to breaking news from Dublin to Delaware, we've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to 10 TV News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
It's a new year.
Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our firm handles hundreds of crash cases involving semi-trucks every year. A crash case involving semis is much different, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can leave lots of money on the table. Many times there is separate insurance for the cab and for the trailer. Sometimes there are actually layers of other insurances and excess insurance that some lawyers may not know about because they don't see that many cases. We see these cases every day. Also, there are federal laws governing the hours a driver may drive in a 24-hour period and logs that are required. A crash case involving a semi-truck is a totally different animal than a simple car crash. We have lawyers who only handle these cases. It's all they do. Rolling the dice with the wrong law firm can be disastrous. Call us on your cell phone at Pound Law, pound 529. It's so easy. Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
Teachers need tons of help.
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State men's basketball team went into College Park and beat Maryland 82-62. Next up for the Buckeyes is the team up north Sunday at 1 o'clock. And, of course, you can catch that game here on The Fan. The 9th-ranked women's team also played last night. They beat the 24th-ranked Washington Huskies 70-60 on the road. They'll also be in action again on Sunday when they travel to Oregon for a 3 o'clock tip versus the Ducks. Catch that game over on The Fan, too. The 2026 NFL Honors were last night. Myles Garrett kicked off the event by winning Defensive Player of the Year, while former Buckeye Jackson Smith and Jigba won Offensive Player of the Year. Matthew Stafford capped off the night by winning his first MVP award. This update is sponsored by Eco Plumbers. Get $500 in free plumbing services when you buy a new water heater. Visit geteco.com and book today.
Tyvis Powell is a legendary Buckeye. T-Bone loves to eat Buckeyes. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Today is A-Shot Fridays. If you suffer from low T, go see my people at Tri-State Men's Health. They will get you back feeling like the Hawk. They'll bring the sex drive back where you're growling at your partner. You will be lifting a house at the gym if you decide to go get that A-Shot. They're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With the low T treatments combined with the body composition program, most men notice real improvement. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive. That's what I'm talking about. If you suffer from low T, which could be decreasing libido, putting on weight, less productive at the gym, poor sleep patterns, or sad and depressed, I urge you to go to tristatemenshealth.com, take their low T quiz. After that, schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health. The cost of the appointment right now is $99. There are 2 locations located in Columbus. One is in Hilliard. The other one is in Westerville. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
So it is Super Bowl Friday. Sunday, obviously, is the biggest football game of the year. However, as I have often said, we had our biggest games of the year, I feel like, as NFL fans 2 weeks ago. That AFC Championship weekend, NFC Championship weekend, those are the real football games, the last real football games. You know this thing. It's 2 weeks of hype. It's two teams that I will be honest with you, I don't feel like the hype has been there as much as it normally would be because you don't have, I think, the star power on these teams. But I am hesitant to spend 2 weeks just going over the Seahawks defense. Is Drake May the guy? Can he win a Super Bowl this early in his career? Because what are we going to do that? For 2 weeks, we just sit there and talk around all these storylines? You've heard them all. However, now we're sitting here at the game. We're sitting here Friday before the game. I think it's an appropriate time to get into it a little bit. And as much as the pomp and circumstance around all this can be a little bit nauseating, right? Like, you got the Super Bowl halftime show, bull crap. Everybody.
Bad Bunny and Green Day.
People are mad that Bad Bunny.
I can't believe that's a thing. I mean, but that's every year. There's never going to be, unless Michael Jackson himself comes, but then that'll be controversial.
Well, it's got its own reasons to be controversial, too.
That they can put that's not going to be controversial.
Dude, you know, it's on that line. I saw something. Now, I mean, I grew up in the church, right? And, you know, I think everyone's familiar, whether you are a Christian or anybody else. I think most people have heard of Billy Graham.
Mm-hmm.
Familiar with this guy? One of the, most well-known Christian pastors of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
His son, Franklin Graham, is now like in charge of that whole organization, his ministry that he built, all that stuff.
Okay.
I saw Franklin Graham weighing in on this and was like, you know what? I don't like this halftime show with Bad Bunny.
Really?
Thank God we got our own halftime show, the All-American, whatever they're doing, this other alternative halftime show, which is headlined by Kid Rock.
Yeah.
If you told me as
Wait
a
a
kid,
minute, how is this going on?
If you told me as a kid in youth group when I was in 7th, 8th grade that Franklin Graham was going to be saying, oh, you know what? Thank God we got a wholesome halftime show featuring Kid Rock. That was back when it was ball with the ball, to bang, diggy. Like that. You're telling me that guy is now the like.
Wait a minute. So let me get this right.
I was floored when I saw that.
Let me get this
shocking.
Right. So there is an alternate halftime show.
Yes, for people who
the Turning Point halftime show.
Where can you find this?
I don't know.
Turning Point.
Yeah,
the internet.
Yeah, I guess it's on the internet.
So let me get this right. I'm gonna go away from the TV, go on my computer, laptop, iPad, or whatever it is, and type this in and watch that instead of just to watch the one.
Listen,
that's crazy.
If Kid Rock and whoever else is on this, I think it's like some country music stars. If that's the type of music you enjoy over like pop, I let you live. I don't care. It's just it shocks me that someone like Franklin Graham would be aligned with Kid Rock. That is a weird thing for me as a church kid growing up. But that all aside, that whole thing has taken over a lot of the discussion about the Super Bowl. The actual game itself, I think, is going to be really good. What are the Seahawks favored by? Are they 4.5?
4.5.
Favorites? And Dylan,
there.
You pointed this out to me yesterday. That's been the line for the majority of the time, right?
Yes, it is. And the thing is that I saw this stat yesterday. Seattle is the most bet on team in Super Bowl history. Thursday night.
Wow.
Before the game, they're already the most bet on team in Super Bowl history. Yet they refuse to move that line at all towards Seattle. Very fishy to me.
Well, what does that tell you?
So you're taking the Patriots.
Patriots plus the points for sure. That's the play.
I mean, that seems to indicate that no matter all the betting money that's coming in on it, Vegas is not saying, we think we're going to lose this bet with all the money on Seattle. We got to be balanced out on the other side. So that at least, if nothing else, means maybe the majority of the smaller wagers, i.e. the casual bettors, have come in on Seattle.
Right.
But then that might mean the bigger whales types that really are the pros, they seem to be on the Patriots. So take that into consideration for what it's worth. How do you read this game, Tyvis, you have to love Seattle's defense, right?
Oh, I do. But I like the Patriots' defense as well. The Patriots do not allow people to run the ball on them. I mean, I remember when earlier in the season when the Browns had to play them, that was like one of the big stats. It's like the Patriots do not allow you to run the ball. You have to throw the ball. So, and I was looking back at some of their playoff performances now. Some weather played a part in one of their games, so you can't really look at that as a big selling point. But they are very solid. It's really going to ultimately it comes down to this matchup right here is the one. There's two matchups that I'm looking at. JSN versus Christian Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm. The Christian for the
Christian Gonzalez,
my cousin.
Whatever. If he could do something with JSN, obviously that would help out a lot. And then Devin Witherspoon, the corner from Seattle, is a guy who the Rams identified early that we get money right here. Like this is the guy. Now, Devin Witherspoon, to his credit, although he got beat like a drum in the first 3 quarters of that game, he made 2 PBUs at the end of the game to help win that game. But if I'm the Patriots, that's the guy that I'm identifying. I'm going after him. So
do we
whoever the receiver he's checking, because sometimes he's outside, but majority of the time he plays in the slot. Whoever that guy is, they better have a game.
All right, so we have 2 great defenses. We have 2 teams that obviously they like to pass. They are able to throw the ball a little bit down the field with these 2 quarterbacks. So who do you believe is going to be more capable of breaking up that defensive pressure? Who's going to be the team that's going to give their quarterback more time? Which quarterback do you think you trust more here, Drake May or Sam Darnold?
You got to go with the veteran guy. I think Drake May is probably one of the best deep ball throwers in this game. Like if you looked at his numbers, his accuracy, and he is very good at throwing the deep ball. Let's just say that. But Seattle's defense does such a great job of causing confusion. Like DeMarcus Lawrence and all of those guys Leonard Williams, those guys have done a really good job of getting pressure. So I don't know how much time he's going to get back there to allow those deeper developing routes to happen, So I think that's why people are like, that Seattle defense is just going to be the changing point of the game. If they're able to run the ball, which Ramondre Stevenson played well against the Broncos, if Travion can have some good gashes in there, like they can make this thing very interesting. I just think that when you look at what the Patriots do on defense, they're going to win. The Seahawks are going to win on the arm of Sam Darnold, to where the Patriots doesn't absolutely have to do that. They can win running the ball as well. But that Seahawks defense is good. I mean, it's best in the league for a reason.
I have it on good authority that Drake May listens to the show, and he is snubbed by the MVP he didn't get, and he is also even more upset that he is not CWB certified.
Hey, well, okay. First of all, Dylan, it's Black History Month, so we have paused.
You already mentioned it. It's already been broken.
Hang on. I didn't. No. We talked about. Didn't we talk about like a cold white girl? I feel like there was something with that. Didn't we have that? All I'm saying is we're not nominating anybody. His time for CWB will have to wait until at least March. But Tyvis, will there be a consideration if Drake May wins the Super Bowl? Will he then have ascended to possible CWB? Will he be under consideration?
Yeah.
It'll amend his consideration.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. I would have to see the performance. If it's a solid game, I mean, if he's going up against the best defense in the league and he's putting up numbers,
you're saying like if he throws 2 picks, but then somehow like the Patriots still win on a field goal or something.
How am I supposed to say?
Sure.
Yeah, like, that'll make sense.
This award has turned into every other award. Tyvis has now like poisoned it because all he said was Drake May had to win a playoff game, and here he is in the Super Bowl, and he keeps moving the goalpost.
Wait a minute.
Hang on. We're in February, so we can't have too much debate on this because this is Black History Month.
He act like Drake May just been lighting it up in the playoffs.
I'm just saying
he even sits there and admit like he has not lit it up in the playoffs.
But all you said was now he just has to win a playoff game. That's what you said.
We're late.
You know what? I'm going to say Jarrett Stidham outplayed him. I'm going to say that. Yeah. The Jackets insider himself, Jeff Sabota, going to join us next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday. Right now, we are noticing a crash out here in New Albany. It's on 161 eastbound, just passing New Albany Road. And right before that 62 intersection, that right shoulder is blocked. So thankfully, I'm not seeing a lot of delays out there. But do note, if you're passing that area, 62 eastbound gets a little bit slower over by Smiths Mill Road, especially 161 eastbound as well over by Beach Road, looking a little bit yellow on our time saver traffic map. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Oh, did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
for insurance that fits just right. Find a shelter agent near you. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Right now, buy 4 windows and get 4 free from Window Nation. Plus, you could get no payments or interest for 2 years. Act now and you'll get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. Don't miss out. This offer ends soon. Schedule your quote right now at windownation.com.
Did you know that Tansky Sawmill Toyota has a Toyota certified collision center? They only use Toyota factory parts, and the cars are put back together by Toyota trained technicians. Don't trust just anyone to keep your Toyota a Toyota. In the unfortunate case of an accident, bring your Toyota to Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit TanskyAutobody.com to schedule an appointment, or visit them today. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Hey everybody, it's Berm. Look, the big game is coming up, and that means there's parties, food, drinks, and fun, but that's a recipe for disaster if you're trying to lose weight. That's not the case with Awaken 180. Eat, drink, and enjoy the day knowing you have a strategy to keep the weight off. Awaken180weightloss.com.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Back in the day, if you wanted to listen to the fan, you turned on the radio, and that was the end of the story. But now, oh baby, stream us live on the Fan app, TuneIn app, iHeart app, we're everywhere. The Fan, Ohio's streaming destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures starting off in the teens, and we have a winter weather advisory that's in effect from this morning into the evening. It is going to be for accumulating snow. Could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches possible through the evening. We are going to see those winds pick up this afternoon, and we'll see those breezy conditions continue even into tonight, which means our wind chill overnight will drop below zero, and a cold weather advisory is in place as we go into Saturday morning. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Are you working? Because we barely are. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football and quiet quitting. The Fan. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
There's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
Your look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Every Friday this year time, we are joined by the Jackets Insider. He is Jeff Swoboda on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Jeff, we are in the Olympic break, but that doesn't mean we still can't talk a little Jackets hockey. The run into this has been pretty epic. Would you say that you have seen a coaching bump like the one the Jackets have gotten from Rick Bowness, or are we kind of past the coaching bump phase anyway, and this is just something different?
I guess that's a great question. Usually you feel like if there's a coaching bump, it lasts a couple games. But to get to 10 out of 11, saw that. It's that. I got to stop saying that. Anyway, to get to 10 out of 11, it maybe shows that there's an actual change to some of the things that they're doing. Because sometimes you get a new coach and maybe you win 4 in a row, maybe you win 5 in a row. But this feels like something has really changed just in the confidence level of this group. And they spent most of the first half of the season, even when they were struggling, saying we feel like we're a better team than this. And now they've proven it. Zacharinsky was asked after the last game before he, got on a plane to be in Milan tonight for the opening ceremonies. Could you ever, have imagined when this change happened that you could win 10 out of 11? And he was like, well, you never expect that. But, with the guys in the room that we have, we always thought it was possible. So they always thought it was in there, but it just confidence-wise and just their ability in key situations of games to respond, it just feels like they're a different team. And, you do worry about what will happen on the other side of the break, but it feels like there's something building here right now.
Talking to Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda on a Brang Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. Jeff, do you think after taking this long break what do you think they have to do to come out hot again? Because I was watching the Islanders, and I'm just very depressed that they keep winning. It's annoying. It really is. But how do they keep this up coming out of this break?
Yeah, well, they're going to have like a week of time to get ready for the first game, which is, I think, the 26th in Boston. Every team is in the same boat. It's a break, but it's not the longest break in the world. I remember a couple years ago when we kind of had the COVID break and teams lost like 4 or 5 months, and then it was like you were a different team coming back. But this is 2-3 weeks. It's not the end of the world as far as trying to keep some momentum going. I guess you're the only team in the NHL probably that wishes they could have just kept playing, just because of the fact that everybody loves to rest the bodies and the bumps and bruises, but the Blue Jackets were winning so many games. But I guess you just come back and you try to just keep picking up where you were, and maybe this even helps from the perspective of with the new coach. Rick Bowness took over. He meets his team on a Tuesday morning and plays Tuesday night. There was not exactly a lot of time to put in some of the changes he wanted to put in. So maybe the fact that they have a whole week coming back on the other side of it is the kind of thing that can help them really put some different tweaks in that they want to do schematically. And they've only got 2 guys at the Olympics. There's some teams that are going to have almost half their team is over in Italy for this Olympic Games. The Blue Jackets just have 2 guys. And so maybe that will help them. They're going to have pretty much the whole group together when they get back on the ice. And so maybe that's something that can help them as well.
Jackets insider Jeff Svoboda joining us here. So Latvia and Team USA are going to play each other on next Thursday, which is obviously a matchup featuring the 2 Jackets you mentioned there. In Elvis Merzlikins and Zacharinsky. So am I wrong as a fan of USA hockey who wants to see them do well? I also want to see Zacharinsky back and ready to go. I'd like to see Elvis back and ready to go, fresh as a daisy. So I'm rooting for Team USA, but is it wrong that I may be like, if they don't get all the way to the final, I'm not going to be super pissed about it?
Hey, you got to root for whoever you want, I guess, basically. It's such a weird it's kind of a weird thing, though, right there. Yeah, you mentioned the fact that, you're going to have guys on other teams. If you're a Blue Jackets fan and Elvis Merzlikins starts that first game next Thursday and gets lit up, and you're also American, which I would imagine most people listening to this are, you're kind of like, wait a minute, Elvis just, struggled. Or if Elvis plays really well, then you're like, and only gives up 1 goal and Team USA loses, you're like, good for Elvis, but man, my country just lost. So, that's what makes this whole thing sort of interesting, is that you get these guys that go over and play, and it kind of leads to, just some conflicting loyalties, I guess. And even if you're Zach, you score on Elvis, what's kind of your reaction? How big do you celebrate? It just makes it you kind of unique, but at the same time, I guess it's kind of fun because this only happens every 4 years, and it hasn't happened for the NHL for 12 years now. So we don't get to see this very often. And you remember the Four Nations last year, just how enthralling this style of hockey is, best on best, international, country pride on the line. I remember watching that USA-Canada game out, and there was, just the place I was watching, it was packed, and people were cheering like crazy. And you had those fights at the start of the game, and it was like no one even knew what this event was 7 days ago, and now people are just so into it. And it's gonna be like that. This is the Olympics, so it's gonna be a heck of a lot of fun, even though it feels maybe a little bit weird sometimes because of you're rooting for guys you wouldn't normally root for, and you're rooting against guys you wouldn't normally root against. So it does make it pretty interesting, but it's still fun.
I want the Kachucks to fight again like they did last year at the Four Nations, right at the end, just 15 seconds in, just boom, boom, boom. I want to ask you about Zacharinsky. T-Bone was telling me that no Jackets player has scored 90 points in a season, and Zach is on pace for 91. Do you think that he actually eclipsed that?
It would be hard to bet against him at this point because as good as he was last year, it just feels like maybe even a different level this season, just because of, you see this in the NHL sometimes, or any sport where a player has a great year. Everyone always knew they were a good player, a very good player even, and they have a good year. But how do you duplicate it? How do you do it again the next season? And then not only has Zacharinsky matched basically what he was doing a season ago, from a production standpoint, he's passed it, which is pretty hard to believe considering he has missed some time. Remember, blocked that shot with his foot right before the holiday and ended up missing 3 or 4 games. And it felt like, that you're going up against the best guys when it comes to the scoring race for defensemen and things like that, and they're not necessarily missing games. But he's still at the top of the heap when it comes to the scoring. Just the way he takes over games, and Rick Bowness has said it, his ability to calm things down when it needs calmed down, push the pace when it needs pushed, just thinks the game so well. So, they got enough home games left, and it seems like at home he also is someone who tends to rack up the points. I would have a hard time betting against him getting to 90. And, that ESPN poll came out yesterday when they talk about, the voting at the end of the year for the awards. And, he was getting 35% of the first place votes for the Norris Trophy. If he keeps doing what he's doing, I think you get some fatigue where people are tired of voting for Cale Makar every year. You might get some Zacharinsky, especially, the momentum might be there, especially if they make the playoffs. So I wouldn't be betting against it at this point.
No, I know it feels like, as much as you want to see that, and we talked with Rick Nash about this yesterday, you want to see them get those individual awards. The main goal is obviously making the playoffs, but it's so big for this organization to have guys getting honored like that, just to show like that type of player is here in Columbus and hopefully here to stay too. Jeff, we appreciate the time this morning. Yeah. He did have a tweet I saw. He was like, is this the most relevant the Jackets have been? It's like, hey, at least it's back on his radar again, because you can't ignore this Jackets team and what they're doing right now. Hopefully it will continue after the Olympic break. But, Jeff, we appreciate it. Enjoy all the Olympic festivities, all right? We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Jeff Sabota on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I am a club over country guy. I've been that way with soccer. I will be that way with hockey. I'm excited for Team USA to go out and do their thing. But I tell you what, get me back Zacharinsky, and if it means they get bounced early and he's back here, fine with me.
You're a guy that you don't appreciate Carmelo Anthony. He got like a bunch of gold medals, but no championships.
Well, I mean, I appreciate what he did for USA basketball, but I also, I'm saying I'm saying as a fan of the Jackets, my number one priority is Jackets winning. Yeah, because I live here.
You don't care about your country. You live in the United States.
Yeah, but then I have to go root for all these guys that I hate. I don't want to do that. I hate all these dudes who don't play for my team. Screw them.
You hate them all?
Yeah.
You hate Connor McDavid?
Yeah. Screw that guy. Not my guy. Mitch Marner, go to hell.
Dang!
Mitch ain't never did I don't even remember who's on. I don't even remember what team he's on. I don't care. All right, so 2 minutes. Final Football Friday. What?
Take two.
3, 2, and go. The final Football Friday forecast. Meredith Garfalo will join us, and we will be joined by a special guest along with Meredith. That's coming up in 2 minutes. Find out who it is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Over in Delaware County and just west of Sunbury, we are noticing an incident. Expect some lane closures on State Route 37 eastbound as you are approaching that 71 intersection because of a crash. We also have a crash happening in our southeast corner by Groveport. Expect lane closures on 270 southbound just passing that 33 eastbound intersection. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Attention, men. If you wake up and you feel like you got hit by a truck, if your waistband keeps creeping out, if your bedroom game is rated M for missing, you feel it, she notices it, and you're not alone. For many guys, this is ED and low testosterone. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic, powered by Men's Pro, comes in. We didn't copy men's health trends. We built a playbook since 2014. Labs in minutes, in-person care for better results, urology-backed science. A recent 54-year-old patient told us, I feel like I'm 30 again. He's crushing it at work and back in the gym, lifting like he did years ago. Oh, in his words, not mine. Fun is back in the bedroom. I feel like a beast. Another guy said, they treated me like a person, not a patient. I wish I came in sooner. We have treatments that work for over 92% of men, even when the pills fail. And this month, when you start a treatment plan, your first month is on us. Call 614-300-7400. That's 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan. Your home for football, food, and fun. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can get us your Super Bowl picks, your halftime thoughts, your favorite Super Bowl commercial. Do you have a favorite Super Bowl commercial of all time, Tyvis?
That's a good question.
I, off the top of my head, was going through some of them. The Doritos Time Machine.
That's everybody's favorite.
That one's pretty good. Obviously, all those like Budweiser commercials back in the day with the like the What's Up commercials and the frogs before that. Those were good.
People like the Clydesdales as well. I personally don't care for them.
Oh, are we talking about the Clydesdales like kicking a field goal? That one? Is that the one?
No, the horses.
Yeah, but but did they like kick a field goal? Like, what did they? I mean, the Clydesdales have been on Budweiser commercials for years.
It does nothing for me.
It's crazy. I feel like I don't remember any commercial from last year.
Oh, I don't remember from last year.
Because we're getting old and we're on the get off my lawn kick, and it's like commercials not as good as they used to be.
Do you guys remember?
That's fair.
Remember the Larry David commercial where they were talking? It was crypto. It was like that FTX company that ended up being a giant scam. But like it was Tom Brady was on that. They had the arena for Miami, and then that was the one where he's on there going, I don't know, and the whole thing was Larry David is skeptical of every cool thing, and so then he was also skeptical of FTX, and they were like, yeah, Larry's wrong about all that. He's wrong about this too.
Yeah, he
and
was
so
right.
Right. And it turns out like, nope, Larry, that was one that, yeah, we your instincts were good there. So yeah, I don't know, man. I enjoy watching the commercials. I'm not actually like, as a sports fan, I'm not anti the commercials. I never have looked at the Super Bowl as, oh, you're ruining my football game. My football game ended 2 weeks ago. Like I know this is a TV event made for other people where there happens to be some football being played in the midst of it, but it's a bigger, broader thing. It's like if you're tuning into the Grammys just for the musical performances, those exist, but there's a lot more going on there. So that's where I just look at it as that's not for us, right? Like as hardcore football fans, this is for everybody else to enjoy. So we let them do that. All right, so we're going to find out because this game is outdoors, so we do get to have a forecast.
When it comes to football and the weather, she knows everything. Welcome to the Football Friday Forecast with 10 TV meteorologist Meredith Garfalo.
Good Friday morning, Meredith.
Good morning, guys. Brought some snow to the table as we head into the weekend.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like,
I know, right?
we haven't gotten rid of the other snow. So now I'm good with the snow being on the ground and not on the roads, but I don't want to add more. How much more are we getting as we go through the day?
You know, I have to say, this is nothing like the last storm. The reason it's so inconvenient is just the timing. It's right now. People are trying to get to work, the kids to school, maybe last-minute Super Bowl preparations or travel, and you have that snow that's going to get intense in the next couple of hours. So I would say overall totals between 1 to 3 inches, but if we have those intense bands, you could get between 2 to 3 inches, maybe up to 4 in very, very isolated spots. Not a lot compared to last time.
So we have a special guest in the studio, Meredith. So let's introduce our guy. This is our new chief meteorologist at 10 TV, Chris Tomer. Chris, welcome to our airwaves.
Thank you.
Sorry that microphone is, I don't know why
I'm
it's.
like 6'10".
You are a tall guy.
Yeah, he is.
So you two worked together, right, previously?
Well, we didn't work together, but I've known Chris since I started my career. So just a quick story. When I was in Rapid City, that was one of my first jobs. Chris was in Denver. He was rocking it there. And I just really wanted to be like Chris because he's a Valpo grad like me. So I went out there. He let me into the studio. Green and all showed me around. And we connected and we've been friends ever since. And we've even hiked. I was going down the mountain. He was going up the mountain. So it's good to see him after all these years here.
Yeah, it's been like a long, kind of circle. And now back, completing that circle. This is where I was born and raised, guys.
Columbus?
Yeah.
He's a hometown guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Granville. So, yeah, I know you were on the team. I remember.
Look at this.
Look at Tyvis' face.
And you was a basketball guy.
Yeah, I was. Scotty McMullen. Does that name bring back anything?
Oh, yeah.
Why does
former quarterback at Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
Scotty McMullen.
Yeah. So he was a year younger than me, and we were on the same basketball team, but his real passion was football as a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
See, so now he played high school with you in basketball.
Yes.
But then you, as Meredith said, you guys both went to Valparaiso.
We did.
You played high school basketball. Did you play at Valpo?
Okay, so I was a practice player at Valparaiso. I was nothing special.
Better than I was.
Oh. So, it was fun. I made my little contribution, but the people here seem to love the fact that I played basketball. Everybody wants to talk to me, the GM, the news director about this, but yeah, I did play basketball. But now, it's just like I had this opportunity. They came a-calling, and they're like, hey, do you want to come back to Columbus to do weather, to be the chief? And I'm like, I'm kind of ending, I can see the end arc of my career, and I'm like, it would be great to come home.
Oh, look at that.
And spend it here.
So where have you been prior to this? Where was the last stop for you?
So I've been in Colorado for 20 to 25 years.
Oh.
In the Denver area. I was in Baltimore for a year. So most of it was spent in Colorado.
Okay.
I was with the Denver Broncos for a couple of tea.
Oh, you're kidding.
Cup of tea in 2019.
2019.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your college basketball career is like his NFL career. Practice player. That's
Wait, you were there in 2019?
2019.
Dude, I was there. I've been to some Broncos games.
Look at that.
You play.
This is a reunion.
This
is a reunion.
Colorado reunion.
Actually, I actually love my time in Denver. It was actually really nice. I didn't know what to expect out there because I call it's California with Midwest weather, because one day you're wearing shorts and then the very next day snow.
Oh, yeah. It's different than here.
Yeah.
It's like you'll get 12 inches of snow, and it's like the next day the sun comes out and it all melts, and you're like, hey, we can go play golf now. It's no big deal.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But here it's been sticking around. We've had, 14 days of sub 32 temps and snow on the ground.
I'm just over it.
Yeah.
We were hoping you'd bring, you brought us the 40s for next week, so I'm going to give you that.
That's going to feel
right.
How's the Super Bowl weather?
It's going to be so nice if you're in San Francisco. You've got 50s at game time starting.
Yeah.
No rain or snow or any of that junk in the forecast. The winds look light, so I think it's going to be a good matchup. Here, though, it's going to be cold, so for watch parties, you probably can't pull the TV out on your porch this year.
Yeah, probably not. I was actually cheering for the Broncos. I was hoping that they would make it because they've had this long drought now since, I think it was, 2015 or something when the Sheriff was there?
When they lost to Sherm and them, that was 23rd. No, they lost to the
that guy
Cam Newton in there.
Yeah, it was a nasty
They
one.
beat Cam Newton in them, so that was 2015.
Okay. Yeah, it's been.
They lost to Seattle. That was terrible.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
That was.
Yeah, it's.
So, what is he, the Pillsbury Doughboy?
So, who are we rooting for? Do we have any rooting interest in this game?
You know, I kind of lost my interest. I was kind of cheering for the Bears. Actually, I wanted the Bears to make it. It had been so long since they've had a run, and so I'm going to be a passive observer, passive watcher on this one.
Yeah, that's right. Meredith, do you have any rooting interest here? You picked a team that you want to see go all the way?
No, because all I care about is my squares.
Yeah,
that's all I care about. The score more than the game.
Squares.
What is
Squares are undefeated this time of year.
Let me ask, what is on your menu for food?
So I think we're going to do some homemade wings, some shrimp cocktail, have a couple people over, have some dips.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like the fun traditional foods that you can just eat for tailgate, but you can eat them one time a year, like buffalo chicken dip, and eat so much and not really care about the calories. I mean, that's my opinion.
That's definitely, that's been my problem, is that's not a one-time a year thing. It goes on all month long. No, that's a staple.
What about you, Chris? What's your favorite?
What are you doing?
We're having chips. My wife,
just
Leanne.
Chips?
Yeah. Well, what she does, and she just arrived in town from Denver, so
yay, hi, Leanne.
it was great to see her. But yeah, she's going to make chips, and she puts like cheese and then ground beef on them. She layers them. She has a layering gift to her, so that's what we're going to do.
I'm having salad.
No
of course,
way.
there's no way. That's insane. You're insane.
Who does that?
The Chipotle burrito does not count as salad just because there's lettuce in it. I just want to tell you
the
that.
old staple.
Yeah, I've already knocked out like 3 different grocery stores worth of wings, so we've got all the wings just waiting to be made. So that's what we're doing. All right, so predictions. Do we have any? You want to give us a prediction? Who do you think's going to win, Meredith?
Do I have to? I hate both teams.
Seattle.
I'm honest.
Seattle 24-21, Seattle.
I have to go for Seattle. Maybe 23-13.
What are you thinking, Chris?
Yeah, they're a really solid team. I mean, they have so many different gifts to that team. I think Seattle's going to win by at least a touchdown.
All right, good. This is Dylan is on the public money is all on Seattle. So Dylan is like hating on all because I'm with Seattle too. I think Seattle's going to. So yeah, he's going the opposite way.
I got said 21-24, so he would still win because he's taking
cover.
That's fair. You're right. It would be a cover. That's right. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming in, Chris.
It's
welcome
my
back.
pleasure.
Welcome back to Columbus for sure. And we'll be
really
watching.
Happy to be here.
Monday,
happy.
You start on 10 TV on Monday.
Yes,
and
Monday's
then
the big day.
Of course, Meredith will be here the rest of the today doing all this stuff for all of our coverage with all the weather that we have coming in. So keep it locked to 10 Plus and 10 TV. Thank you, Meredith. Thank you for introducing us to Chris as well.
We're so happy to have him, and our team's going to do amazing things moving forward with Chris leading the way. So we're glad.
We have a great squad.
Yes, we do.
There we go.
Yes.
Perfect. One of the Super Bowl teams are dealing with an injury to one of their best players. We'll tell you how much it could affect the game coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
For our friends in New Albany, one crash just clearing up and another one happening not too far away, just coming into our system too. It's happening on 161. It's that eastbound ramp as you're heading towards 62 in both directions as well. So do expect some lane closures this morning. Thankfully, not too bad for your Friday, but do note it is still an active investigation. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. Valentine's Day is about getting it right. When it comes to jewelry, you don't guess, you go to Diamond Seller. Nearly 80 years of trusted experts, luxury collections, and no pressure. Guy to guy, they make it easy. This Valentine's Day, shop Diamond Seller, Sawmill Road, Easton, or diamondseller.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need, or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day. My toilet's clogged, backed up too. The sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere. Oh, please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Truck drivers, are you tired of missing out on time at home? At Midwest Logistics Systems, our local dedicated driving jobs get you home every single day. As an MLS driver, you'll enjoy a better work-life balance by working a Monday through Friday schedule. You'll also operate well-maintained equipment and have access to a full benefits package that includes paid time off. Join a company that provides the home time and the pay you deserve. Apply now at MidwestLogisticsSystems.com. That's MidwestLogisticsSystems.com.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
After my accident, people warned me to slow down. I said, I don't know how. Thanks to my VA care team, I haven't.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov/PSA.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is the big game headquarters. Join us February 8th at the Sportsbook for massive screens, great food, and giveaways that make every play count. Toss cornhole for prizes and enter to win a helmet signed by the GOAT and 7-time NFL champion. This is the party everyone's talking about, and space is limited, so don't miss out. Reserve your spot at HollywoodColumbus.com and join us for all the big game action. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify. Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
The only contraband hiding in Tyvis's butt cheeks is a Kit Kat bar. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Hey, if your heat's been running more than it should be, well, that could be because your window insulation could be failing. It could have actually already failed. And that's one of the reasons why your house isn't staying as warm as you want it to in the winter. When you're running the heat, you shouldn't be paying extra for it. It's already expensive enough. Get better windows so you can keep your home as energy efficient as possible. Save you money in the long run. You can do that with the pros at Window Nation. They can help get you new energy efficient windows at a great price. Window Nation's buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free sale is going on right now. Plus, you can get those windows with an extra 10% off now through Valentine's Day, which, if you haven't been preparing for Valentine's Day, I'll just let you know it's next weekend. So get on this deal now. Do not wait for it. Also, maybe pay attention to the Valentines in your life. Make sure you know about that too. But you can get your windows as well with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, 0 interest for 2 years from Window Nation. So check them out today. A great sale. Buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free. Set up your free estimate now. WindowNation.com is where you need to go. That's WindowNation.com.
You know, I gotta say something here.
Go ahead.
I can't let it go.
Please,
I can't let this go.
Please do.
It's about Roger Craig.
So the Hall of Fame announcement got made yesterday, and the former Niners running back is going to be inducted after I think it was like 30, 35 years he's been on the ballot. He's finally getting into the Hall of Fame.
Right. Great player. I have respect for him. This is not about him.
Is it?
It's not.
Okay.
As a person.
Sounds like it's about to be.
All I'm saying is, y'all know how I feel about the Hall of Fame, and everybody thinks that I'm just completely wrong. Actually, y'all agree with me, but y'all are saying that's just not how the Hall of Fame works.
For people who don't know how you feel about the Hall of Fame, we have argued on this show.
There's a standard, and I feel like sometimes you have to hit the standard. If you don't hit that standard, you're lowering the bar for people to get in. And I feel like I'd rather them not add people instead of just lowering expectations.
We are all on the same page on that, but Dylan and I are slightly more realistic where you will look at a player and go, well, is this guy Barry Sanders? And if we say, well, he wasn't as good as Barry Sanders, you're like, then don't let him in. And we're like, but Barry Sanders may be the best running back of all time. There may only be like 3 guys who like could even be on his stratosphere. So we're saying if you want to have a Hall of Fame with like 12 people in it,
that's what it should be.
Okay, but
there's no money to be made from that.
That's what it should be. I'm sorry. That's what it should be.
So I'm with you. They've let too many. It is the Hall of Good, not the Hall of Fame. It's okay, guys.
The Hall of really good. I say all that to say this. I'm going to throw some numbers at you, Dylan, because you're the biggest pushback.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Craig's career, 8,189 yards, 56 total touchdowns, 4.1 yards average, right? That's a Hall of Fame number. Nick Chubb, would you say Nick Chubb is a Hall of Famer?
No.
Okay, good. That's a great answer. Nick Chubb.
Love Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's awesome.
Nick Chubb, 7,349 yards, 5 yards a carry, 54 touchdowns in his career.
And that's a guy who's been limited by injuries, clearly,
correct.
Too, who could have done far more if he didn't have such catastrophic injuries.
So potentially next year, if he plays, which he probably will, he could eclipse Roger Craig.
In rushing yards.
And touchdown.
But Roger Craig was a great receiver out of the backfield as well. He was the first player to have 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in a season.
I'm not hearing that.
Yeah.
CMC did that many.
CMC is a Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is.
Going to be.
Yes, he is.
I'm not saying Roger Craig deserves to be in, but these are the arguments as to why for a running back, it's normally you got to hit that 10,000 rushing yard mark to be considered. That's obviously not a rule. That's just kind of, how it's trended. And he does not eclipse that. But if you add in his receiving yards, when it comes to his total scrimmage yards, he's up there with some other Hall of Famers. So
now I understand where all of this discussion goes, but I also think, Tyvis, to your point, 30 plus years of debate about this guy getting in, clearly like that is the argument that I understand 100% is like as good as he may have been.
I feel like
there were all these other guys we had to let in before him, and now it's kind of like, all right, well, he's been waiting a long time. Let him in.
Is Jamal Charles going?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Close.
Why not?
Well, I see your point, Tyvis.
Jamal Charles, 7,500 yards rushing, 45 touchdowns on the ground, 2,500 yards receiving, 20 touchdowns through the air.
Well, that gets him to, if my math is right, just over 10,000 scrimmage yards, which is less than.
Okay. Well, the Roger Craig is less than.
He's got 13,000 yards from scrimmage.
Well, the good news is
we need to cut this out. This man got like 20 more touchdowns.
Here's what I want. I want, because we know the Hall of Fame ceremony is obviously up in Canton every year. We also know that you don't like Roger Craig and you wish he was never born, and you don't want him to even be on this earth. So here's what we need to do. We need to recreate this. What's the movie? Isn't that oh God, what's the Chappelle movie that they did? The Boo This Man? That's what I want you to do is go. What movie am I thinking of? Where they I'm blanking on the movie where he's Boo This Man.
Oh, that's Half-Baked.
Half-Baked, yeah. I want us to go
Boo This Man.
Let's go up to Canton when they do the induction, and I want you to be that guy in the crowd. Boo This Man, and lead the chant.
That's not. No, I don't have anything against him. I just think that they lowering expectations. That's
right. Okay.
The big debate next year. I thought Cam was a for sure Hall of Famer, and you said no. You say no. A lot of people in the chat are saying no, but I went and compared his numbers to Jim Kelly. They look real similar. Jim Kelly's in the Hall of Fame.
Different era.
Cam also has all those. He has the most rushing touchdowns for a quarterback all time, and he has like the AI effect almost to me, where it's like kids aspire to be like Cam, like they wanted to be like Allen Iverson.
Oh, Allen Iverson, not the artificial intelligence.
No, first of all, there's only one person that has an Allen Iverson effect in the NFL, and that's Michael Vick.
I don't know. That's an interesting discussion. But
Michael Vick had every kid thinking that they can scramble.
No, I'm saying that's like, I never considered that fact. But
how many kids were doing the stupid Superman celebration? Well, are you serious?
Yeah, come on. That is no, Tyvis.
More kids did the gritty than they did the Superman celebration.
I would say they're pretty equivalent.
More kids dyed their hair blonde like Odell.
How many kids put their dog on a treadmill though? That's the real effect of Michael Vick. Let's talk about that. All right, so Seahawks safety Nick Emanwari has a low ankle sprain.
Manwari.
Yeah, what'd I say? Nick Emanwari. Yes? No? Whatever. Anyway, he's expected to play. He has a low ankle sprain. This video of him limping around. He is one of the key pieces of that defense. He has been a revelation this year. However, if he is limited, I mean, you played the position, Tyvis. How difficult would that be if your ankle is not 100% to do what he's got to do for that defense?
Well, they use him, kind of like the Ravens use, what's his name? Kyle Hamilton. They kind of like he's in this. It ain't just a traditional box safety. Like he's in the blitzes. He's around the ball and he makes a lot of plays. So he is a huge part of their defense, with just some of the things that he's been able to do this year. It would be a big loss because he's been so effective. I don't know who
they're saying. I mean, they're saying he's going to play.
He said he's going to play.
Good. He's 100% going to play. But as you know, like wanting to play, getting out there, and being effective are two different things.
It depends on.
I'm sure he'll give it every bit he has because it's a Super Bowl. Of course, you would.
I think if I'm the Patriots, I'm going to try to force him in situations where he's uncomfortable because if they're going to use him in the box and try to pop out and stuff like that, I'm throwing it to wherever he's popping out to because the chances are he won't be able to change directions as effectively as he wants to, and I would take full advantage of it. They're going to have to put him and just let him blitz or something like that.
Something to keep an eye on there as we near this game, obviously, of course, coming up on Sunday. Meat Sweats in the chat said 100% Tyvis would miss a tackle on Roger Craig if both were in their prime.
That's give him my. When are you talking in the league?
No, he's saying
you're
at your best. He's at his best.
Oh no, he's going down.
And Cam Newton's running you over.
He's going down.
Cam Newton is hitting a truck stick on you, no problem.
Cam Newton might What do you mean, run me over?
Yeah, run you over.
Okay, keep going?
Yes.
No, that's not happening.
Oh,
that's not.
He might trip over you after he.
No, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
An NFL Hall of Famer, someone who is in the Hall of Fame, and this guy, we can debate his resume next, I guess. But an NFL Hall of Famer has some words about Shedeur Sanders and the Browns quarterback situation. You will hear those next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
We are monitoring a big crash on the north side of Columbus, really just west of Westerville. 3 left lanes are currently blocked on 71 in that northbound direction, just as you're passing Polaris Parkway and Gemini Place after a crash out there. Folks are taking it nice and easy. Not too bad when it comes to backups, but definitely expected for your Friday commute. So if you can, leave a little bit earlier this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Social Security is for everybody, but for too long, not everybody got everything they earned. Public servants and retirees worked hard for decades, but saw their guaranteed benefits reduced. That's why Congressman Mike Carey stepped up, passing the Social Security Fairness Act to protect benefits for millions of Americans. Thanks to Congressman Carey, Social Security benefits increased for teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other first responders in certain states, better serving the hardworking men and women who tirelessly serve us. And for those not nearing retirement, Congressman Carey passed the Working Families Tax Cut, the largest tax relief bill in United States history. Congressman Carey delivered no taxes on tips or overtime, increased the child tax credit, and passed thousands in tax relief for Ohio seniors. Find out more about how Mike Carey gets you everything you earned at carey.house.gov. Paid for with official funds from the Office of Mike Carey.
Got this. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Hey folks, winter is here. The number one cost for everyone each month are those pesky heating bills that never stop increasing. It is time to take action and do something about it. Call USA Insulation today and get your home insulated with our premium foam for only $99 a month interest-free. That's right, $99 a month. You can have a warm, cozy home that you and your family deserves. 529-2440, 529-2440, or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Sometimes a girl in my class doesn't bring anything to eat for lunch.
The truth is, in America, 1 in 5 kids worry about their next meal.
I want everybody to have yummy food.
So do we. That's why Kroger donates surplus fresh food from our shelves to your local food bank. We've provided over 3.5 billion meals through our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste plan. Visit Kroger.com to see how you can help fight hunger and waste in our community.
Because nobody should have an empty tummy.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more. See store for details.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. You've heard me talk about High Bank Spirits, but the food is just as good. Brunch worth planning your weekend around. Seasonal dinners perfect for date night or game night. Plus, kids eat half off every Monday. Find menus and locations at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Ohio State men's basketball team went into College Park and beat Maryland 82-62. Next up for the Buckeyes is the team up north Sunday at 1 o'clock, and of course you can catch that game here on The Fan. The 9th-ranked women's team also played last night. They beat the 24th-ranked Washington Huskies 70-60 on the road. They'll also be in action again on Sunday when they travel to Oregon for a 3 o'clock tip versus the Ducks. Catch that game over on The Fan, too. And the 2026 NFL honors were last night. Myles Garrett kicked off the event by winning Defensive Player of the Year, while former Buckeye Jackson Smith-Njigba won Offensive Player of the Year. Matthew Stafford capped off the night by winning his first MVP award. This update was sponsored by Eco Plumbers. Get $500 in free plumbing services when you buy a new water heater. Visit geteco.com and book today. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Remember the time producer Dylan said that Alabama should be in the playoffs and that Tyvis started yelling at him? Those were good times. And remember later that day when Tyvis punched him in the face? Classic stuff. Here's T-Bone and Tyvis.
Got a lot going on this weekend, right? Got Olympics starting up. I mean, the Olympics have already kind of started, but the official opening ceremony is today at 2 p.m. Eastern. So we'll have that going on.
How would you feel if Mariah Carey just bust out, I don't want to lie for
It would feel like that's the wrong time of year.
Why else is she relevant in 2026?
I mean,
that's,
come on. Don't listen.
I'm sorry.
She can't
You're not a fan of Mariah Carey?
I'm a fan of her. I'm not a fan of that song. I'm not a fan of it being number one every single December. It's not that great of a song.
You know, I don't understand. This is something that I don't understand about the people. And again, I work in radio. But my wife sometimes will be listening around the time of Christmas. She will occasionally flip on one of the stations that like get their, cheap bump every year by putting on Christmas music for 2 months. And so she'll flip that on and then she'll be like, why are they playing this song? Why are they playing that song? Yeah. And then she'll be like, why are they playing this song? And I'm like, honey, only there's a little device on your phone where you can just listen to whatever the hell you want. You don't have to wait for some idiot program director to play the songs you want. So, Dylan, if you don't like her song, don't listen to the radio. Just make your own playlist with whatever you want on it.
When you go shopping,
you can't avoid it.
You can't avoid it at all. And then you know what the sick thing is? This is the
stores are you going to where they're blaring music? I barely ever hear the music in the stores.
Every retail store in America?
Well, that's true. I go a lot of online shopping because I don't want to deal with that. I don't suffer idiots.
You know
very
how
well,
bad
so at this
that
age.
Mariah Carey song is? It's February, and my oldest daughter, still plays that song.
I mean, it's
and sings it. She put her headphones on and she can't hear herself, but we be in the car driving and she just be back there singing her little heart out. And I'll be looking
That's
like
so cute.
Christmas was 2 months ago. Let it go.
No,
my wife need to get it off the playlist. Get it off.
That's a song as well that can also burn in hell. Let It Go. But that's if you had like kids who listen to Frozen soundtrack, I mean, it was good the first 80 times I heard it, but I think I will never want to hear that song again. But you got that going on. You got Super Bowl going on. Last night, as Dylan mentioned in the SportsCenter update, Buckeyes got it done on the road against Maryland, which has been a house of horrors. Horrors. I want to be very clear how I say that. House of horrors for the Buckeyes. They have not done well the last few times they've gone out there. But, hey, 20-point victory, as you should. That Maryland team is garbage, and good for the Buckeyes for making them look like that. Guess who came back to life yesterday?
Christoph Tilley.
19 points in 27 minutes.
Your guy.
You know what? He wasn't missing bunnies around the bucket. That's good. I think he stepped back and even hit a three if memory serves.
I watched that one. Big boy Trey.
He had a sequence where he had that dunk on somebody, and then he got that finger roll on the fast break, which I didn't think he was even capable of doing.
He listened to the show. He's sick of y'all.
This is what I kind of expected him to do against the bottom half of the Big Ten.
Well, it is.
That's fair.
And that's good. I mean, they don't have the size, and he obviously at least had a better game than he had when he went against Wisconsin, so that's good. But I will point out, and again, not trying to be a hater, just trying to point it out.
Here we go.
Guess who led the team in fouls? He had 4.
Well,
he didn't foul out, though, so that's good. That's progress.
You guys want to guess how many defensive rebounds he had?
Oh, I'm going to guess it's
2.
1?
The answer is 1.
Jeez.
He only had 1 defensive rebound?
Yep.
That's sad.
I mean,
the guy who...
Let him live, though.
But the guy who I am happy for... Because I thought it was a fluke, is Tyson Chapman.
Oh, he looked good. It's a couple games now where you're starting to say, all right, I can see the vision for him.
I want to say somebody might have got in foul trouble. Maybe Devin Royer or somebody got into foul trouble kind of early, and he was like playing a lot in the first half.
Yeah.
And I was like, he looked good out there.
He
hit
does.
2 trays. I was like, you know what? They got something off the bench, because that was the big story where it was like Bruce and John Mobley and Devin got to go for like 25 apiece because they ain't got nothing off the bench. It's nice to have somebody.
You had 3 guys in 4 guys in double figures, and one of them was him.
Yeah,
because he came off the bench and gave you 10, right? So like
you go and got to get. We got to work on some paint presence, because we got to work. That man number 2 on the top 10. That's not good.
We got to work on his transfer papers. Is what we got to work on. He ain't gonna be here next year. Come on,
that man. Hey, that dude went down there with some authority. I was like, we don't listen. You gotta get out the way.
This Buckeye basketball team has no paint presence whatsoever defensively, and I don't think that's going to work in the Big Ten when you play the good teams, which we've seen. But what can work is if you get consistent scoring from more than 2 guys. So if you can get 3 guys going like they did last night with Tilley, Thornton, and Mobley each going for double digits, and get some contributions off the bench like Tyson Chapman, suddenly, all right, that gives you a little bit of hope. But like we've talked about, they had to have that win yesterday. They got it. That's good. Flush that, because Sunday is Michigan. And if you want to get an NCAA tournament resume, you're going to need some quad 1 victories. That obviously, I think everybody knows how big that win would be. So obviously, I'm not saying if they don't win that, screw it, they're not going to the tournament. I'm just saying
it's here, right?
It is. The next few weeks, you have a bunch of games where if you can pick off one or two of these games you're not necessarily expected to win, then we're talking about a tournament resume. But if you just win the games you're supposed to, it's going to be very iffy getting in the tournament. You're going to have to make kind of a run in the Big Ten tourneys. So hopefully last night gives them some momentum going into that Michigan game. Hopefully it gave Christoph Tilley some confidence, because I don't know if you saw the last time they played Michigan, they have some big dudes. And if he's not good to go against those big dudes, it's going to be a long night there, or a long day Sunday afternoon.
Why can't we get one of them guys in the paint? I know it's it's hard
he's
to come
supposed
by.
to. I mean, he's not supposed to be like, yes, a paint presence, but he's 7 feet tall, and he's not unathletic 7 feet tall. He can run the floor. Just be down there, and when a guy comes at you,
you talking about the guy that got dunked on last night?
Well, that's a whole. Yeah, I know.
It ain't like he ain't tried.
Tilly is aggressive defensively. He just fouls out all the time.
It ain't like he got caught by surprise or nothing.
No.
He went up and.
Sunday against Michigan is a must-win until it isn't.
No, I didn't say it was a must-win. No one's saying it's a must-win. I'm saying if you get that one, suddenly it opens a lot of things up.
I was told by another show on the station that all the home games were must-wins for this team.
Okay.
So.
Wow. I mean, that's...
What other show said that?
You know what show.
The other one that ranked 8th in their category. Barrett Sports. Yeah.
Emmett Smith was on the Kay Adams show on FanDuel TV, which I forgot that was a thing. But whatever, let her live. Anyway, was it FanDuel or Draft? I don't know. One of the gambling sites TV networks. Anyway, Kay Adams had Emmett Smith on, and she was talking to him about Shedeur Sanders getting the job with Cleveland as the starting quarterback.
I guess coaches want to make sure that guys know that there is no security in their position, and they want them to be as competitive and compete for the job. No one wants to hand anything to them. This is the way that they're treating Shedeur. But they handed it to Drake May.
Yes, they did.
They handed to kid out in San Diego. They also handed to the kid in Jacksonville. They also handed to Sam Darnold. They also handed to other players. So, and what does Cleveland have? Absolutely nothing.
Okay, first off, I didn't realize Emmitt Smith had such a great voice when it comes to like, that's a killer radio voice that he has. But the way he said, absolutely nothing. I want that, Dylan. I want that as a drop. Cut that up. We need that on the board.
The only pushback I have when what he said is he name dropped Drake May, Justin Herbert, who is the kid in San Diego, who's now in L.A., but yeah, let him live.
Same thing, yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville guy, and Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what all of those have in common?
What's that, Tyvis?
They all just so happen to be first-round picks.
Right?
Not only first-round picks, top 6
So,
picks.
Yeah,
right,
they are going to get the keys because they are investments for the next 3 years. They get at least 3 chances unless you Jamarcus Russell and they ain't watching tape and stuff, or Johnny Manziel and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what that is. Now, I'm with him on the fact that Shedeur Sanders should be leading. Like, I think everybody has come to the sense that Shedeur Sanders going into OTAs should jog out there with the ones first.
Sure, I think that's fair.
I think we're all there.
I don't think anyone.
But to give it to him right now, no, because the thing that made Tom Monken so special is that he. There is no set playbook. He is good at working with all different type of quarterbacks. So he might have stuff for Deshaun that works for Deshaun. He might have something for Dylan that works for Dylan. He might got stuff for Shedeur. So to me, he's got to see it. It's not like he's watched tape on any of these guys. He was an offensive coordinator. So he was the DC maybe, but like on the offensive coordinator, he's watching his own guys and watching the opposing defenses. So to me, he has to at least see what he has. He got to wait to OTAs. He can't just go out there and just give it to nobody. He's not in that position to do that.
Morning Breath is coming up next. Some people who should just shut up. We'll do that when we get back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Friday morning to you. Well, folks, we are noticing a big crash on the north side of Columbus, really just west of Westerville. The 3 left lanes are blocked on 71. It's that northbound direction, just passing Polaris Parkway and Gemini Place because of an incident out there, an active scene too. Looking at our slowdowns right now, it's about 8 miles per hour, really extending from that area towards 71 and 270. Very snowy conditions too, as police are still working on the scene out there. Once again, 3 left lanes are currently blocked. If you can, taking this detour will save you a lot of time. Just State Route 3, Westerville Road, all the way towards Big Walnut Road, and from there, hopping back on 71 northbound. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us, bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
College. A time to broaden the mind, question, learn. A time to challenge the status quo. And eat a ridiculous amount of pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of The Ohio State University and the unofficial bank of pizza. Let's go Bucks! Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
School secretaries, custodians, nurses, paraeducators. These are just a few of the education support professionals who help schools in Ohio run smoothly every day. We are so grateful for these educators who ensure our students have a safe ride to school, healthy meals, and so much more. Please join me in saying thank you.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Rothman and Ice.
Whether you have the right chef to prepare that meal is still the biggest question.
Do you have Bobby Flay, Rachel Ray, stupid sandwich?
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures starting off in the teens, and we have a winter weather advisory that's in effect from this morning into the evening. It is going to be for accumulating snow. Could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches possible through the evening. We are going to see those winds pick up this afternoon, and we'll see those breezy conditions continue even into tonight, which means our wind chill overnight will drop below zero, and a cold weather advisory is in place as we go into Saturday morning. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
It's Friday and there's football. I shall call it Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for all things football. The Fan. Every time Tyvis laughs, take a drink. Just kidding. You'd be dead in 30 seconds. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Coming up at 8:30, we're going to be joined by Scotty Vegas.
Yeah. Scotty Vegas.
Yeah. Scott's going to hop on because the Super Bowl's this weekend, and obviously there's a lot of gambling action that happens around that. There's a lot of prop bets that happen as well. So Scotty will be in at 8:30 to give us his updates on what he thinks are maybe some good prop bets to look at, some betting stuff in general around the Super Bowl. So if you need an infusion of caffeine, if you are someone who is not usually very energetic in the mornings, Scott is on a different level. So you will have an audio infusion of caffeine by listening to Scotty Vegas.
You got to ask him what he does when he's sweating a bet.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Ask him.
I also want to know his take on betting the coin toss.
Oh yeah,
if that's what he thinks of that.
I wonder, is he a Cowshe guy?
I don't know if he does the Cowshe thing.
I'm going to go with no. That's just a guess. I have no idea. We could ask him that too.
Yeah, we will do that coming up at 8:30. Dylan, I'm just going to do this on the air because I forgot to ask you. Do you have the morning breath thing to play? Because I was going to realize I can't play it because I have to play the audio over here. So one of us has to play one of the things.
Yeah, we could do either or.
All right,
that's definitely my fault.
That's okay. Which way do you want to do it? Because you can play the intro and then I'll play the other thing, or we could do it the other way.
How about you play the intro?
All right, fine. I'll play the intro. You play the audio. That's that should work. Now I have to figure. Oh yeah, here it is.
Sometimes it's better if people just shut up. Shut up! It's time for Morning Breath.
I also realized why it wasn't in the playlist, and that's my bad. So all good. Well, you know what? One day, Tyvis, we're going to learn how to do this radio show thing for real.
Yeah, it's only been 9 months, so we got time.
We need some grace. So Doug Gottlieb, you familiar with Doug Gottlieb?
Yeah, don't you hate him?
Yeah, he's
I think you hate him.
Here's the thing.
Is he still coaching and doing the radio show?
I think he actually, to his credit, gave up the radio show because he realized that it's really tough to, and this is going to come as a shock, to be a Division I head basketball coach at a program, no matter how big or small it is. That's a very big time investment. To then also do a 3-hour radio show. One of those was not going to be any good, and newsflash, neither of them was very good. So
you're not a fan of his show?
Well, no, but also, I mean, he's a national radio guy, and unless there are there's Dan Patrick, who's very good, national radio guy. Jim Rome, I know, still does it. We obviously have Jim Rome on here on the Fan HD2 for,
So Fan 2.
Fan 2. That as well. But outside of those guys, a lot of the guys who now do national radio, they do that because they can't hold down a local job where they actually have to be invested and get listeners. National jobs is just kind of are you available? Can you be on? Sure. Then I don't think he did a very good radio show personally. However, he was some people's cup of tea. Let you live.
People hate Colin Cowherd. When he would fill in for Colin Cowherd, I would be praying to Jesus for Colin to come back.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Guys like Colin Cowherd are also people hate on, but Colin's very talented, even if you don't like what he does. Doug's not that guy. Sorry, I've just never been a fan.
I don't think I've ever. We got some audio from him. I don't think I've ever heard.
But this is Doug Gottlieb. Now, this is him talking about, because if you don't know, so he coaches UW Green Bay. The Phoenix, I believe, is their mascot.
They'll rise.
Sure. He's mad at one of the standard things in college basketball is Ken Pom rankings. Ken Pomeroy does his analytic rankings. It's one of the most used things that people look at in college basketball. Love it or lump it, it's got its flaws like anything, but it's probably one of the most consistent rating systems that there is for college basketball. This is Doug Gottlieb talking about the Ken Pom ratings and why they are BS when it comes to his school.
Miami of Ohio played 3 non-D1s, played 4 bye games. And I have offered to play them next year at the Crest, at the Resch. Okay, they say they want to play. We'll see. But that's a high major schedule. That's 7 guaranteed wins. 7 for a mid-major, right? That's what the whole MAC did. They just, outside of UMass, they played a hard schedule, right? Where they bought wins. So, again, I understand that anybody who defends Ken Pomeroy, like, hey, it's just numbers. It's not about Ken Pomeroy. It's not about Pagua. It's not about all these other forms. But understand that they lack context.
Okay. I mean, sure.
So he's throwing shade at Miami of Ohio?
Well, he says they're not. He went on a much longer rant than this, but most of what he was talking about was the fact that they don't consider when we go to play a game and we lose by 20, well, one of my guys got hurt in practice and had very severe injury. That affected my players. Ken Pom doesn't take that into account. It's like, all right, man. But it does take, I mean, okay, there are outlying circumstances, but by and large, this thing's ranking every team all across the board. It's a general guideline. It's not a specific, this team should get in or get out. It's to help measure things. I just feel like Doug Gottlieb, whose team, by the way, is having its best year ever under him, and I believe they are sub 500. I think they're like 12-13. So I'm just pointing out that, like, he's complaining about the KenPom rankings. It's not like he's got 20 wins and he's like, they're not giving us enough credit. You are a barely 500 team or below 500 team. And he's saying, we're not getting the credit. Yes, win more games, Doug. That's how that works. Sorry.
He's saying that these have no context. What ranking in the history of the world has context? It's just numbers. You can't put context with it, Doug.
I know that's where those who follow the sport and those who do talk about it, like from what is that, Field of 68? That's a college basketball podcast, right? Like those guys cover it for a living. They can add the context to the numbers. They can say, hey, the KenPom numbers here, but I've watched this team play. They're actually pretty good. I think they're better than this record shows or than their analytics show. I actually think they're a pretty good team. That's expertise. That's great. But for Doug Gottlieb to be like railing against math is so on brand for him, where it's just like you're arguing about something that only you care about because it makes you look bad. That's the only reason he's mad at this. If the KenPom rankings were great, I guarantee you he wouldn't be out here saying that they're a bunch of BS. So, like, understand that those numbers can sometimes be in your favor. Winning more games would definitely help, Doug. I think they are literally 12-13 or 13-12. So that it doesn't matter what your KenPom is. Your record sucks.
But it doesn't matter.
That's the part that I'm stuck on is the fact that you're 13-12. What are you?
Well, in his mind, they would run the table in the MAC.
What is he on?
I guess.
No, you don't play in the MAC, Doug.
But
like, you didn't coach in the MAC. You're coaching in a different league. You're in the Horizon League. Go win that league.
Isn't Buffalo in the MAC?
Oh, my God. Yeah, you know what?
They lose to Buffalo?
And I mean, yes.
What is going on here?
Do you understand why I hate the guy? Because this makes no sense.
People that argue against math and science are my favorite type of people.
I'm confused. Yeah, I'm confused by the argument.
He literally, we didn't play this part of it because he literally called them BS, but said the full word. Like he's like cussing in his press conference about the KenPom rating. Like, win more games, Doug. If you were if I will say this, if the Miami of Ohio coach came out and said, hey, it sucks that they're not giving us credit for going undefeated. Do you know how difficult that is? I'd be more willing to hear that argument, but I would still say at some point they are just one metric for this whole thing. But when you've got a record like Doug Gottlieb has, and go back and look at the previous years he was there, this isn't a down year. This is the best year he's ever had, and they're barely 500. I think they went a season where they won 4 games, maybe. Like, this is just to be better, Doug, and stop worrying about the ratings.
I am just totally confused on why this is even a thing for him.
It ain't going to affect him. You're not getting into anything with 12 losses.
13-12. What are you talking about?
He's not attached to reality. And that's why I tell you, like, his radio show wasn't much. But by the way, his voice is just an angelic gift from God. What a nice thing to hear every day from him. Just, I can't tell you, I don't know why I don't have the
I thought you was going to say he's having his best season, and they was like 22-5 or something.
They finished
in
28 last year. Yeah. They're 13-12 now, so his career record is 17-40.
So it ain't going to be
last year, though, was when he was doing the radio show. So now he gave that up. So
he's locked in now.
Now he's locked in and got him all the way to 500. I acknowledge it's tough to build a program, totally. But the program he took over was not that bad. I think they were an above 500 team when he took over, and then he crashed them off, like took them off road and ran them into not even a ditch, ran them into the Grand Canyon last year. All right, we'll come back a couple minutes away. We will talk to our guy, Scotty Vegas. He'll give us some Super Bowl prop bets for the weekend. Coming back, T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, if you are heading downtown, a heads up. The left lane is blocked on 70 in that westbound direction at Kelton Avenue or Miller Avenue because of a crash out there. And we're seeing delays all the way towards even passing East Livingston Avenue out there. Do know it gets a little bit better passing that area, but once again, some more delays and slowdowns, some backups over towards that 70 and 71 split by Parsons Avenue. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more. See store for details.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service for a full synthetic oil change for just $74.99. Plus, earn $7 toward your next service with Duramax dollars. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends February 28th. See store for details.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. If your kid is complaining about not wanting to go to school, blast the volume on this show. You won't have any more problems. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, guys, you got one life. It's too short for not nows, maybe laters and tomorrows. If you're noticing issues with ED or low T, your relationships, your confidence, even your career can be affected by that. But you don't need to make excuses for it. You can go to Columbus Men's Clinic. They're a proven medical provider solely focused on ED and low testosterone. The right way. No unproven snake oil or peptides without solid research. They've been doing that since 2014. Right now, you can give them a call, 614-300-7400 to talk to Columbus Men's Clinic, or you can book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. It's not one size fits all. They will find something that works for you and your budget at Columbus Men's Clinic. 30 seconds to get signed up. columbusmensclinic.com, or call them 614-300-7400 for Columbus Men's Clinic today. Scotty Vegas is joining us this morning. Hello, Scott.
Hello. Let's go, guys. Super Bowl weekend. Let's go.
Is this you've got March Madness. I'm trying to think of the other biggest gambling days for sports gambling. Those have to be Super Bowl and March Madness in general probably have to be the two biggest, right?
Super Bowl by far, but then yes, you got March Madness in there, and then you can now throw in kind of the college football New Year's Day where you now have the 3 playoff games. That's the other huge day, and then that opening weekend of the NFL is another one.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And you know what? I'll even throw in, I do like that opening weekend, well, week 1 of like college football and the NFL when you get each of those, because that feels like where no one really knows what's going on, and the lines are all kind of like, if you do truly have a good feeling on something, you can find some really good stuff the first couple of weeks, and then usually everyone figures out and goes, oh, never mind, and the lines get back to normal. But for the first couple of weeks, I feel like that's where you can make some money.
Well, and Bone, on as far as the Super Bowl, you get the casual people that want to start betting. Obviously, March Madness, you get the people that are generally sports fans. Super Bowl, you get the people who just like, I want to throw some money down and see what we can do. And I feel like you do that Kentucky Derby wise too. Like you get a little party together, and people that generally don't bet still want to have some kind of money on the line in the Kentucky Derby. In fact, I remember we have a big family get together, and Kentucky Derby. And I've got like 8, 10, 12-year-olds that are like wanting to get in on the action for the Kentucky Derby.
I was one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot. Tyvis used to grow up. He used to go to the track.
Lived at the track.
As a kid, he would go to the track. He knew horse
racing. They'd be like, "What Tyvis? What numbers you like today on the horses?" And I just look and I just say something. He was like, "You know what? That's not bad. I'll play it."
Yeah, there you go. I know the squares are big too this time. Because that's even more casual betting where you just get anything and everything, any way to get into it. So what are you looking at just from the game itself? 4.5 is the spread here for the Seahawks. They're the favorites. Over-under's 45.5. Dylan has been on this argument. Dylan, you make your case. You've been saying that the public is on Seattle too much and the line hasn't moved enough. You think you're scared of that.
Yes. So I saw yesterday the Seahawks are the first team to receive 70% or more of spread bets in the Super Bowl. They're the most popular bet in Super Bowl history, yet that line opened at 4.5 and has stayed at 4.5 and has not moved towards Seattle at all, which makes me think the books love me some New England plus 4.5.
Well, so I'm complete opposite side of you, right? I'm on Seattle. And I just look at this, Dylan, and the thing for me is if you look at these Super Bowl teams, the Super Bowl rosters, I feel like Seattle's roster is so much better than New England's. Now, the equalizer is Mike Vrabel and his experience playing and coaching in playoff games, and then Josh McDaniels and his experience being through the wars. And so I get it as far as coaching, but this is still a Patriots team that was 3-14 last year. This is kind of the long shot bowl, right? So before the year started, New England was 80-1 to win the Super Bowl, and Seattle was 60-1. And I got some good news for you guys as Browns fans. So last February at this time, the New England Patriots in February, they were 125-1 to win the Super Bowl for this year. So what did I do? I went ahead and I looked up futures odds for the Super Bowl for next year. You know who's sitting there right at 125-1?
Oh.
Your guys' Cleveland Browns.
Tyvis.
How does that make you feel?
You know what that says, Tyvis.
It makes me feel like that's not enough. No, it should be a little bit further.
Wrist up, baby. It's wrist up
as
time.
As Matty Ice would say, you might as well print the shirts at this point.
Print the shirts. That's right. Print the shirts. I agree.
Now, the Raiders are also right there with you guys at 125-1. But how crazy is that story? New England goes 3-14 last year. Obviously, you hire Mike Vrabel, and so throughout the offseason, the odds changed quite a bit. So once the season started, New England was 80-1. But you got a team that last February was 125-1. And it's funny because we've seen so many of the big-time favorites come through in all the major sports over the last year or two. Dodgers coming through, OKC. You think back to UConn basketball winning championships, Florida basketball winning the college basketball national championship. And then finally now we are starting to see where long shots at the beginning of the year are starting to come through. Indiana was 100-1 to win the national championship in college football. And then whoever wins this Super Bowl is going to be a long shot from the start of the year.
Where are you on prop betting for this?
So it's amazing to me because Dylan was talking about the side and how the books are really leaning and needing New England. The fact is 60% of the Super Bowl betting is actually on prop bets. So only 40% of the actual Super Bowl betting is on the spread of the game. 60% are on the props, and everybody loves doing those different props. And there's so many funny ones out there. I came across one today, Tyvis, that I loved. And it was, will a 300-pound or more man score a touchdown in the Super Bowl? And it's 30-1. And I just think it's so fun to kind of sprinkle fun things like that. So obviously you would need either an offensive lineman to catch a ball in the end zone, or you would need some kind of random defensive touchdown scored by a big fella. But 300 pounds or more is 300-1. So there's so many fun ones out there. Betting on the anthem, betting on the coin toss, betting on what song is going to be played at halftime. My favorite, the Gatorade color.
Yes.
So we always like to dive in. I like to try and do a little advanced research on this and kind of figure out exactly what color is going to be in that Gatorade, and it kind of matches what team. And I've failed at it the last couple years, but it is kind of a fun little thing to research.
Where are you at on Cauchy?
Now that's a completely different ball game to me. I am so old school in the sports betting. Like I haven't gotten to the prediction market, series yet. But I'm still old school in that. Sense.
Yeah, I don't mess with that either. But I do mess with the anthem thing. And so Charlie Puth, I believe, is the guy who's singing the anthem. Who I'm only familiar with through his like late night talk show clips where I've seen clips of him taking like a random noise and turning it into a song. He's like one of those guys, kind of like Ed Sheeran, that can mix a song live and just make something out of it. He has said he's only, I think, the second performer to ever do the national anthem from New Jersey. And he said apparently the other person was Whitney Houston. And you remember her anthem was very iconic. So I saw a few people parsing that and saying, well, his anthem, if it were to match hers and be similar, drawn out kind of thing, hers went 1:17.5. Or I'm sorry, not 1:17, 117 seconds, which is 1:57.5. The over-under on this one is 1:59.5. So people are wondering, like, he's going to do a pretty long anthem possibly, but they've got it even higher than that. So I think I'm going to go under on the anthem on this one.
Oh, so you do. See, this is what I love. We get to analyzing this.
Have to do the research.
And the heads, tails, coin flip. It baffles me that anybody would place -105 or -110 juice on a 50-50 coin flip bet.
Yeah. Don't let the sports books rob you. Heads or tails, there is no favorite.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a two-sided coin.
Yes,
so
exactly.
if you're not getting even odds, do not
Isn't
do
there
it.
literally like isn't that like a false, like in math, that's a thing where it's like that, I forget what they call that, where it's like if the coin has flipped 5 times and landed heads every time, you would think, oh, there's a probability it's now going to go to tails. And it's like, no, it's still exactly 50-50 every time. But it's one of those like things that people read on that are wrong. So.
And one of the things I think for this Super Bowl for us here in Columbus is so many people are going to focus on Jackson Smith and Jigba. And so there's plenty of props out there for people that just want to kind of have a little fun and excitement with him. So Jackson Smith and Jigba to be MVP is actually plus 550. And that's the third best odds of anybody to be MVP. His over-under receiving yards, 95.5. Over-under receptions, 7.5. And then you can get him anytime touchdown, -110. And I kind of like the value on that.
Sure.
I feel like there's going to be a great chance for JSN to get in the end zone. And then you also have, obviously, the Travion Henderson. He's 5-1 to score a touchdown, and his over-under rushing yards is 20.5.
I kind of like the Travion breaking one loose.
20.5, yeah.
I think
I'm a known parlay hater. Scotty likes them. Someone in the chat yesterday asked me what are the odds of a JSN Travion Henderson anytime 2-leg parlay, and it's around plus 900. So if that's something you like to root for, you just want to root for Buckeyes to score.
I can't partake in none of this.
You're a Browns employee. We understand. This is just for entertainment purposes only for Tyvis. But for the rest of us, we can actually go lose money.
But you have that 125-1 on the Browns for next year. The good omen of the fact that the Patriots at the same time last year, 125-1.
Last thing I'll ask you, what is the the one that you're like, this is, I don't want to say a lock. I don't know if you do locks, but like, what's the one you're like, this one for sure? If you're not doing any other one, do this bet.
He's most confident in.
On Sunday at the casino, we're doing a little digital show, and we're getting together, and we're all going to come up with our favorite prop bet to make.
Okay.
And I will tell you that mine is going to be under on the first quarter, 7.5 points.
Okay.
And the big reason for that, you got that jitters to start the game, right, for both teams. You got two really good defenses. So I could see this first quarter staying under that 7.5. That's my favorite prop bet, favorite Super Bowl bet out there. But I also do suggest watch the Waste Management golf leading into the Super Bowl. I'm the crazy man at the casino who's yelling at the TV while golf is on leading into the actual Super Bowl. And I've got Matt Fitzpatrick 11-1 with the Seahawks, that little parlay.
Okay.
That's a little
You're
fun.
Be out there with the sanitizer.
That sounds like
sweating the bed.
That's right.
Matt Fitzpatrick sounds like Jamar Chase trying to remember the name of the Bears quarterback. Did you see that where he was like, who's his name?
Yes.
Caleb Jones? And they're like, Caleb Williams? He's like, yeah, whatever his name is. I don't know. It's like, All right. That sounds like a made-up NFL name, but it's not. It's a golfer, so that's good. What time do you guys get started out there at the casino?
5 o'clock. Going to be a blast.
All right. There you go. Check it out online or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Perfect. We'll hit the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
In Marysville, there is a crash on 33 eastbound, just passing State Route 4 or Main Street, so lane restrictions definitely expected. I mean, we are down to 4 miles per hour for your travel times out there. As you are heading downtown or really outside of the city, a crash happening on 315 northbound at Goodale Street, so expect some lane closures out there. Also single digits when it comes to travel times, and really not looking good in our southwest corner, just passing Urban Crest. A big crash on 270 westbound at Georgesville Road. That left lane is currently blocked. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. Why? It's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows and big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Act now and you get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window's energy efficiency disappears. The result, a house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer. The worst part is they could have failed years ago and you wouldn't even know about it. Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. Plus, they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you won't have to live with broken windows again. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale and get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. Visit windownation.com now for a free consultation.
The biggest football party of the year is at Hollywood Casino Columbus on Sunday, February 8th at the Sportsbook. I'm Scotty Vegas, and the party gets started at 5 with a special prop show with tons of betting advice and prizes. Enter win a helmet signed by a 7-time champion. It's a party everyone's talking about. Space is limited. The Sportsbook has massive screens, so reserve your spot at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community's stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leave with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Hey, it's Anthony. So I was recently asked how I've been doing in my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. And I paused and I said, you know what? Pretty darn good. Because it reminded me what I was dealing with a couple years ago. My personal journey. I had plantar fasciitis, that horrible heel pain. If I was on my feet for a while, my lower back would be on fire. And now, honestly, none of that. 0 issues with my feet since I started wearing them. I have my Good Feet arch supports in every day. I feel supported. I feel aligned. And now that I feel better, it's made all the difference. I want to work out more. I want to go out more. Just be more active. I'm telling you, over the last couple of years, my health, my energy, my quality of life has all been affected in a really positive way. They've really helped me keep the pain away. The guys ask me all the time, do I really have them in today? Yes, I do. And I'll take my shoes off upon request to show you. Go take the free test walk. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City. Get started at goodfeet.com.
Join our resident gambling degenerates, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money. Sunday mornings at 9.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility.
The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. One of these men is bald and fat. The other is T-Bone. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
If you missed any part of the program, including us talking about ski jumping and enhancements therein, you can find out about that and more, all of our Super Bowl discussion, everything, just wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis on your favorite podcast app. It'll be right there free of charge every single day when you follow it, like it, subscribe it, and then you get it. Even if you don't get up in the morning with us, you can still hear everything we said every single day.
You know what? We should ask Bo how much he loves this country, that would he be willing to inject his...
Yeah.
Well, let's start off first by welcoming back Bo Bishop, who I know it's been a rough week, buddy. How are you feeling?
Not well. I mean, I'm going to battle through because, I mean, what else are you going to do? It's been brutal. I've not missed, I was talking to Fish about this. I have not missed 3 days of work for illness as long as I can remember. I remember, like, after my senior year of high school, I worked at Intercontinental Truck Body, where I welded parts for trucks because my dad thought I needed to be toughing up away from the farm. And I got mono, and it was the best case of mono ever because I got to quit the absurd job. And I spent a week in the hospital.
Oh, a week in the hospital. Wow.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
Maybe not a week. Maybe that's a little indulgent. Maybe 3 days, but it was a lot.
We're fact checking it right now. We're getting a HIPAA violation. We're going to do it.
I think so. Yeah. So that's the worst that I can recall. But I got hit by a Mack truck, and I was talking to Timmy. He's like, "Well, you watching shows?" And so I'm like, "Dude, all I do is sleep. I'm sleeping like 18 hours a day." It's just been. I just got hit by a truck, so I'm coming out of it now on some meds, and I would say my mental I'd say about 70% of my mental abilities are going to be at my disposal today.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. Buried in
so
that
let's
story.
talk penises.
Well, before we do, did you actually learn to weld, or was that just kind of you got into the apprenticeship and then it was like, nah, I got to get out of here?
He just felt like it was before college, and my parents were my dad just thought that it was pretty soft all the time I worked on the Ponderosa, that was all soft work.
Okay.
Yeah, February calving and fencing and picking rock and all that. That was all soft. So he's like, you should see. So I had a 4 a.m. to noon shift, and I would weld parts for truck bodies. And it was the worst damn thing ever. And the craziest thing that actually drove me the most nuts, and it almost makes me nauseous now, is there a guy that I worked with. The lunch was at 8 a.m., right? Because it's 4 a.m. to noon. So the lunch was at 8 a.m., and this guy would have bologna sandwiches with cheese and mustard and mayonnaise, Jay Forsman, and then he would put Doritos on them and white bread and milk, and he would eat that at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Milk?
Almost made me gag. I mean, every time I would almost gag. Yeah. So it was the stupidest job ever. Awful.
Okay. I would have quit right then as soon as I seen
you. Didn't have my dad.
No, well, fair enough.
You ain't quitting.
Fair enough.
You ain't quitting, son.
You got to. You were sick.
Well, thank God.
Yeah.
It took me going to the hospital.
At least he saw the error of his ways.
Well, oh, no. It was my weakness.
Oh, is that right?
No. It wasn't the error in the ways. This was toughening me up.
This is, I know what you wanted to sign up for. Let's put you on the couch here. So have we clawed out of that with Dad? Has there become some mutual respect now that you've become the face of television and radio? That stunning career? No?
No. We got a whole bunch of dad problems. We'll solve those with Dr. Finkelstein later.
There you go.
But
that's
then
perfect.
if your father was like that, then we know that if America needed you, U.S. was dependent on you. You would inject yourself.
For ski jumping, I mean, it's a rough sport.
Can you just give me like a 30-second? Because I saw this headline.
Sure.
Give me a 30-second synopsis.
When they get fitted for the suits, loose is better. There are regulations about it can't be very loose because you get a little bit more drag. You float a little further in the air. That adds meters to your distance. So if you are bigger when you go the fitting, we're injecting to enhance. And so they don't want to put on added. Like I said, why not just have me come get fitted for your suit? I'll help you out. Like, I'll give you all the extra room you need. But they can only do it in ways that are so legal. And this is one that hasn't really been checked. It's a loophole. So people have been men. I don't know. Maybe the ladies are doing it too. I haven't heard about that one. But the men are injecting themselves to get a little bit bigger. And so apparently just a few centimeters difference in the lower region can add up to 5 meters of distance in the air.
Yeah, they're reporting additional 2 centimeters of circumference.
Oh, that's what the injection is giving you. Yes. And so then, right. And so
I'm going to give this about 6 minutes until it's greenlit by the FDA, and there's going to be direct-to-consumer injections all across the United States.
Well, everybody...
We solved impotence in like 10 seconds. Cancer? No, 100 years. Can't get cancer sorted out. Impotence? 10 seconds. You can get it in 2 minutes.
We've all gotten comfortable now. I mean, every commercial I see is for like Charles Barkley, Serena Williams.
Sure.
You're just sticking a needle in your gut to help losing weight. So why not just you move the needle down a little further, you get a little different apparatus, and boom, fix another problem. That's right.
Self-administering that?
No,
and like a kid walks in. Dad, what are you doing,
I can't imagine.
What the hell is going on?
Going to your. Well, I mean. We all watched Rocky. We saw Rocky 4. You go to the coaching staff, and they're administering it. And it's like, I don't know if I feel better asking the coach, like, hey, it's time for my fitting. Can you? And it's like, yeah, sure. Let me get the syringe. I've done this 5 times today.
Oh, my God.
If you're desperate enough to do the shot for 2 more centimeters of circumference, then let you live then.
Well, no kidding, right?
That's what you need.
I say that's a measure of your national pride. How much are you? I mean.
And it does explain a lot, though. Wasn't there a guy who was famous? What Olympic was that?
That was pole vaulting. If that's where I read your mind on that one so quickly.
You remember that guy?
Oh yeah, where he kept bumping it on on the way over. He would keep hitting the pole and with his.
God bless him.
Let him live. Maybe he was doing that. Maybe I don't know.
Put him on a ski jump.
Can't be that hard to learn. You're already athletic, right? Sure, let's do it. All right, Bo, feel better. Good luck today. Guys. We're all rooting for you. And hopefully we'll have, I'm sure, lots of Super Bowl discussion coming up. Thanks for the time, Bo. We appreciate it.
All right, boys. Take care.
There you go.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the chill? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train furnaces, including 0% APR for 60 months.
All right, so the Olympics going on right now. I just saw this video, hot off the presses. Lindsey Vonn, American skiing icon, not ski jumping, skiing, regular skiing, downhill skiing. She just went on a training run. If you don't know, she tore ACL nary a week ago. Said, I'm going to go without, I don't need the ACL. Brace me up. Let's get out there. Well, she just completed her training run, hit a top speed of 74 miles per hour, made the run with no issues. Let her live. The women's downhill is Sunday. So right there, I mean, what a day. Super Bowl Sunday, you got OSU Michigan on the basketball court. You got Lindsey Vonn with no ACL going down the ski slope. And then, of course, you got the Super Bowl. Enjoy all of that. Hope you have a great weekend of watching sports. We will be back on Monday when Tyvis will be a Hall of Famer by the time we get back. Look at that.
Yes.
Enjoy your Hall of Fame ceremony, buddy. You've earned it.
I appreciate that. Go Bearcats.
That's right. Big B's. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Over on the south side of Columbus, expect some lane closures on 270 westbound. That collector at 270 because of a crash out there. Over by Gahanna on the east side of Columbus, the left shoulder is blocked on 270 northbound just beyond 62 East or Johnstown Road because of a crash out there. And a new one coming into our system, the north side of Columbus. The left shoulder currently blocked on 270 eastbound at State Route 315 because of yet another crash. Folks, take it nice and easy and nice and slow on the snowy Friday commute. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.